Wow, what perfect timing, Bubba. You gotta bring us right out of our right at not lurk. What were we doing? We're waiting. We were getting ready to go on live, and
thank you, Mr. Bubba, for the raid.
thanks for the raid, Bubba. Big story hugs to you. We were getting ready to go live anyway, so you just gave us that little extra nudge. Thank you.
Hello, Red Eyes White Wolf. Thank you for coming in with the raid. I know you were hanging out with Bubba.
That's right. By the way, can everybody hear the music? Seems a little faint to me, but okay. Anyway. My goodness. You should be able to hear it. All right. Yeah. So look at that. We got a Bubba Lone Wolf with the raid. Thank you guys, all you folks in Bubba's chat, for coming in and saying hello. And Bubba is the bestest. He's a wonderfulest wolf, and we will give him lovings and pettings. There's the music. I can hear it now.
You can hear it through your mic.
Yeah. So, hi guys. Welcome back to episode 56 of DragonMetal Saga. I'm your host and Dungeon Master StormyD. Welcome to the channel. And I'm going to have all my folks here do their intros. Round robin, starting over with, we're going to go backwards today. Not backwards, just sort of, Japanese style, up and to the left. Oh, I don't know if that's actually accurate, but I think in Japanese they read from right to left, but I don't know if it's up. I think it's still down. But anyway.
It's yeah.
Anywho, please, the man with the mysterious glasses, introduce yourself, sir. He's looking at.
I mean,
hello,
I'm talking about the one with the beard too.
I'm wearing glasses too, so.
I said the man with the mysterious glasses.
There it is. No. Hello, everybody. I am extirpatefate. I play Merrik, who is a spell-slinging wizard, and this is Echo. He's a little guy with a big heart.
That's right.
But apparently he's more than just a little guy.
Yeah.
According to last
honestly,
episode.
Do you actually have a physical heart? Maybe. I'm now confused. Anyway.
Stuff to figure out, I suppose. Next, following along this same line, right up there with the green hair.
Hello, I'm Druid IRL, and I play Thyra, daughter of Tyr, descendant of the Valkyrie Gwenhavar, Rune Knight Fighter, and Oath of Justice Paladin. Wielder of Raven's Edge, member of the Freelancers, Diviner of Smites, Slayer of Demons, Eater of Meats, Destroyer of Cisterns, Bonker of Heads, Demander of Sandwiches, and Wearer of Yoga Pants.
Right on.
Haven't added any more yet.
Uh-huh. And the lazing about beholder man over there.
Hi. Hi. Hi, I'm BananaTom, and I play Sindri, the rock gnome sorcerer. That's it. That's all you get from me.
That's good enough. And finally, the lady next to me.
Hi everybody, I'm itsStarKitty, and I play Jay, the Grey Elf Ranger, Drake Warden Ranger, with a dragoon named Milo.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming back once again for the next episode/session. And we appreciate you greatly. The recap, it's been a couple of weeks because, stuffage. And, but we're happy to be back, getting back into the swing of things. The recap of 2 weeks ago, the adventurers had finally they effectively had completed their quest, their mission to secretly infiltrate the land of the giants and uncover the mythical cache of Galadoon. an ancient hero of Valion, the home planet of our very own Merrik. And they did a remarkable job on the mission, avoiding combat with any of the giants. I, as a DM, was very impressed with their creative solutions. And then they uncovered the mystery of Compass Lake and figured out that there was a giant hollow cavern underneath with another lake underneath that lake. And around that underground lake was the secret hideout of the Noble Chancery, the previous adventuring group that was led by Galadoon. And they defeated the strange underdark creature that was dwelling in the lake there. And then they ended up having a friendly conversation with the Guardian Naga and defeating him too, because it was required for them to earn access to the Cache of Galadoon. And then they found it. And the Cache of Galadoon turned out to be 5 very powerful artifact relics. Not quite artifacts, but relics, like in between legendary items and artifacts, but pretty close to artifact level. Very powerful items that were the sort of the main gear, the main items that the previous adventuring, legendary adventuring group had used on their travels. And some of them were sorely tempted. But because of that temptation, they didn't, attune to these relics. But the other 2 who weren't really that tempted decided to go ahead and go for it anyway, which is cool and ironic. And then they got out of that cave very masterfully, and also were able to, using Shae's long-range threat detection system, were able to escape the land of the giants and make their way to the rendezvous point, where they met with the head magical archaeologist that they had run into in the past, who was kind of snooty, and he was much more friendly and receptive this time. And after confirming that they had completed the mission, they blew his mind by how quickly they were able to accomplish it. And next they were getting ready to meet the Archmagus himself, Merzen Wilt. And that was where we left off, where they're getting ready to have first a group meeting with Archmagus, Merzen Wilt, and the rest of the archaeological team, and then then perhaps maybe they can figure out where to go next. I'm sure that they want to potentially have carve out a little bit of time chatting with the Archmagus, and we'll see if they're able to do that. That's all I got. Did I miss anything? Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
All right, let's do the individual recaps. Starting off with any takers, any guesses?
Wait.
You guys nailed it. It's Merrik.
Fuck. Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't expect to have to meet the big guy, and as far as everyone else knows, I'm dead. Caused a lot of questions, a lot of problems. I know I still kind of look elf-ish, but there's a good chance that he could see through that shit as well. Help. To Raven's Edge, SOS panic, and articulating that is what stood out to me. Really, is I had this thought literally like 2 days ago, and I was like, oh no, I did not plan for this. Help me, please.
Well
I
said.
imagine that's exactly what he does as well. Panics, then takes a swig of coffee and goes back to
I
bed.
don't have my coffee this week.
It's his comfort juice.
Yeah, just be glad Merrik is not addicted to anything else at the moment.
I love at the moment.
Yeah.
He'll be huffing dragon smoke in no time.
Bro,
I mean, if it gets to that point, Shae will be like, all right, Mr. Merrik, what are you wanting? You want coffee? You want this? You want this? You know, she's got all of it.
Shae the dealer.
Shae becomes the dealer.
Yeah,
Unknowingly, because she has no
Draw
idea.
the line with Sudafed, right?
It's just what I tell her it is. Shae would. Shae.
So she's not.
I know, but I don't know. That's a good question. Honestly, not something I would do for the game, but just a funny musing.
I know,
Merrik
Shae would.
flying to Shae about medicine.
Uppers, downers, and side-to-siders.
Since Shae knows medicine and herbalism, she would find an herbal alternative for you.
No, totally. Merrik would lie to your face, knowing you know, because he would be addicted.
All right. So,
Goodness
any
me.
takers? Any bets on who they rolled for next?
E.T.?
BT.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
This time
Oh.
it's Thyra.
It's-
To be expected, we performed that final fight with swiftly and with honor. And we are now going to face our biggest challenge, which is negotiating with stuck-up assholes. Can't wait. I can tell Merrick's panicking.
You what?
I can tell Merrick is panicking.
Ah.
Stop
Before
panicking,
even
Merrick.
Ravenjet says anything. This will be interesting.
All right.
That's it. I can remember.
Sindri.
You know, it's really fun to watch Merrick squirm.
We love you.
I've seen him get stressed about magic before, but get him stressed about meeting a person I never thought I'd see the day. I think he was calmer about meeting the dragon. At least externally he was calmer. Whether he was internally, I have no idea. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to do here, so I'm kind of glad Merrick's from here, because otherwise... This conversation would be a bit weird otherwise, let's face it. The choices would be Shae, me, or Thyra. This guy better thank his lucky stars Merrick's on the team. Side note, I like this staff. It's very shiny. Definitely gives me some ideas for my own. But at the same time, keeping it would save some hard work. That's it. That's the ponder.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick adjustment on your audio. There we go.
Just bumped it up by 1.
Yeah, sometimes a 1% makes just the right difference.
Oh, I thought you were bumping it down. Never mind.
I think Shae's next.
That's a pretty good
It's just
guess,
a guess.
considering that she's
I
the last
mean-
one.
Oh, shit.
journal. It's me, Shae. The tomb had a snake guard. A super nice snake guard. Shae was sad we had to fight it, but we did and defeated it. The place did not feel like a tomb. Well, not like the tomb Shae is used to. This place was nice. It wasn't falling apart. It wasn't dark, dreary, damp, and it didn't have any undead. And it's so much bigger. This place looked more like a home, not a tomb. Shae is confused. P.S. In the home, we found some cool stuff. Shae is not sure if we are keeping the stuff, but the belt was nice. Browns and blacks go with just about everything. Shae remembers. P.P.S. Shae is happy she's been reading lots about offerings to the dead. The bodies of the people in the home did not come back to life. Maybe that's what Shae should do with all her excess bread she's been making. Take it back to Progentica and offer it at graveyards. Will that work? P.P.P.S. Wait, Milo, you remember that conversation we had with the snake guard? He said something about a pet. Was he talking about me?
I forgot about that.
Yes, because you're as much Milo's pet as Milo is yours.
Thanks for the raid.
Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you.
A beautiful niece.
So, right on. Well said, all you guys. With that, we'll jump right into the action. And one more time, thank you for the raid. We'll take good care of your folks as always. And if you got a raiding room, we understand. So,
For the raid and the lurk.
You're now. So, you find yourselves now left alone in this. Looks like a not the biggest tent that you saw in this facility, but definitely a command tent. Because as soon as you reported to, we'll just call him the archaeologist because I forgot his name. Unless you have it handy there, Fate, by chance. No, okay. Yeah, he left to go report in. And because he had indicated that the Archmagus was currently in a meeting with some folks, and that they were basically doing some sort of deep dive, but he's going to go interrupt them because this is, exactly what they've been looking for. Now, obviously, he did indicate that the dig site where they're at now is something that they're a different project that they're working on in tandem with this one, and it worked well and coincided with the fact that he knew that somehow you had been contracted by the Archmagus to do this contract. That's what he indicated to you guys, that he didn't realize that you guys were some sort of a special envoy service for the Archmagus until this mission, and that's why he was sort of apologetic about before. He's going to go off and let the Archmagus know that you're here, and just to hang tight for a little while they get it set up. So you have roughly 10 to 15 minutes to have a conversation before you're ushered in to present your findings directly to the Archmagus and the rest of the archaeological team. What do you do?
How are you feeling over there, Merrik?
Thyra just turns and looks.
Are you worried that people are going to know who you are and everything's going to come crumbling around you?
See, the problem is, yes.
Do you truly think that somebody of the Archmagus' stature would actually recognize a student?
So here's the thing. When I left, as you well know, we were attacked and I was presumed dead, as far as anybody else knows. I was trying to get back and then supernal. So I'm not 100% sure. However, they did come seek me out because of my spells and how I cast them. So I think essentially like a farm boy, Smith, daughter of or son of a dancer. Yeah, daughter of a dancer. I know. It's Maybelline. I swear. To be a prodigy like I am, he would have known to some degree, but it's more the fact of if he realizes who I am and where my connection to the academy and why have I not come back. If we're pressed for questions, I don't know how to answer.
Then allow me to answer.
That'll go well.
It'll go better than me answering that question. The other concern is, though I clearly look kind of like me, but not like me, he might be able to see right through that. I doubt he'd recognize my face, but this is the closest to, oh shit, that we've been in having a problem with us being realm runners.
Is he likely to have anti-magic spells in place wherever he goes? Is that important?
I don't know.
I suspect that walking into the room and it just suddenly going,
That would be obvious.
He becomes human.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are contracted and there's a good chance there won't be many questions, but if he wants to ask us more questions and continue to have longer conversation, the risk increases. At least in my opinion.
Well, it's quite obvious that he knows that we are realm runners from Progentica, considering...
What makes you say that? We've had many of where we are contracted through a third party. There's no guarantee he knows that we're realm runners.
And leaders and...
There's no guarantee though.
It's a fair point. It could be just some random person under him that they've set in place. It's like, oh, I have a contact here that suggests this and blah, blah, blah. And missions get put in place.
So
I'm
then,
not saying that we outright say that, but I am saying, like...
That is a possibility that he would know. But then would you not want to ask, oh, so how did you fall into this profession? How did you make it there?
We are not allowed to speak of such things.
I understand.
Mr. Merrik, maybe what you can say is, Shae does lots of reading on the Oracle now that she understands how to use it, but she remembers reading that sometimes people took like what's it called? A gap year, to go try out new things. So maybe that's what you can say. You're in your gap year.
I love that. But if I'm here now, why did I not make it back to the academy?
Because your gap year's not over yet.
Either way, we're not allowed to discuss us being from Progentica anyway, whether or not they know.
Which I understand. But crushing questions may be rather uncomfortable, and I don't particularly fancy that.
Then allow me to step in?
If the conversations are going down that line, I'm pretty sure Thyra could shut them down pretty quickly.
That's fine.
If there's one thing she is good at outside of fighting, it's shutting down a conversation.
Yes, Thyra is very good with that.
The skill I've acquired over many years.
Yes. Now, to another point. I don't know if he's going to want to claim these things.
He cannot.
I understand that. But be prepared for pushback.
Good thing I'm strong.
To be fair, it's what I would do. So, gonna be honest on that one. We'll just figure it out, shall we?
It'll be fine.
It'll be absolutely fucking fantastic. As Merrik then just pulls his hood up and wants to just disappear. Yes. Immediately echo into dimensional space. Even though I know that they have no idea that he came afterwards, like, no, we're just gonna keep this right over here.
Poor echoing nothingness going. Guess I'm here again.
My biggest concern is when we get back to Progentica and they want to take these items from us. That is more of a concern for me than this guy.
Honestly, that's less of a concern for me. I imagine they're not going to take them from us here because of our mission. I understand that, but they're going to want them. They're going to want to study them. They want to see them.
You know what's even better? Two of us are already attuned to them, so they're going to have a real hard time taking those.
And we swore an oath to protect these items.
Merrik has got like his hands like kind of like he's completely kind of like withdrawn, like he's very guarding because he's uncomfortable, and like Merrick's got the ring, like he's holding it and he's like he's not putting it on, but he's like he's so close, like he's not sure if, like, you know, since you're saying they've already tuned, like is that going to be better? Is that going to be worse? You know, even projecting with the Guild Song and the Beltome Society, yeah, it's holding it like a worry stone.
Thyra has her shield on and she's like holding onto the helmet, like you have to smash her shield to get to the helmet, kind of dealio. Standing there stoic, just waiting.
Breaking the silence as you guys just kind of stop and get pensive for a moment. Surprisingly, coming out of the little mouth of the purple kitty, if all of this you have to worry about, it's why is it that other man missed my little Shae? Why was it that other man he seemed to know who you are, even though you was in disguise and such? Why are we worrying about all these things? This is obviously Milo asking now in Draconic.
That's right. You don't speak Draconic. Yeah.
I just hear
Everybody understood it except for Port Thyra, yeah. And then Raven's Edge in your head translates it for you.
Jay's just surprised he said something other than.
That was a great sound effect. I'm sorry.
Quick. I'm sorry. Stormy, I don't know if it's my ears or not. Can you just check to see if your mic is turned on?
Testing.
Because for some reason you went quieter than StarKitty to me.
Really?
I don't know if it's just me.
No, I appreciate you saying something. Okay. Did you guys? Was it for everybody else too?
I didn't really notice anything. Every now and then there's a slight fluctuation, but nothing that is.
Stormy leans forward and his mouth is past the mic. He gets really quiet.
So if I'm talking like this, is this better?
Yes.
I mean, it's fine.
And then if I talk like this, is it worse?
A little bit, but not major.
No, that's
Yes,
good to know.
but when you
Okay.
like lean forward or you cover your mouth, like that's when it's hard to hear you.
For sure. All right, I'm gonna try something different. And I appreciate you bringing this up. This is a thing. I'm gonna see if this might be worse, but it might be better. We'll give it a go.
What did Milo say?
Something about somebody recognized us, and why are we?
So, real quick, if I talk like this, is this worse or better?
Sounds fine to
Keep
me.
talking.
The Milo was asking what was this man. He seemed to know who you all were. Yes, because he had met you before, but he seemed to indicate that you are working for the Archmagus, but you never told him that. So who told him such things? How did that sound? Is that better, or you want me to wear it again?
Is it just me or does he sound hollow?
Well, he's now further away from the mic when he sits back.
Here, I'll go ahead and put it back.
I heard what you said.
Yeah.
Sure, good. I get it. I'll just try and sit back a little bit better.
Responding in Draconic, just out of instinct. I was part of the academy, and I left due to unforeseen circumstances. The archaeological section, I never had a lot of connection with, so it was safer to speak with that first man. This guy sees everything. That's kind of the problem.
In Celestial, Thyra responds. The reason he recognizes us from our last mission.
So who all besides Thyra knows Celestial?
I do.
Okay, so you understand her.
Shae looks at Thyra and goes, huh?
So you were kind of. Have you ever spoken Celestial at all to anybody in the group in the past?
Just to Merrik.
Just to Merrik, you have actually on.
Well, because Merrik was the one that
I helped teach her.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
We're the only ones that really understand.
I am aware.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. What Theo had mentioned in Draconic. We have spoken with that man before from a previous mission that we've been on. That's why he knows us already.
In common, Thyra will respond. So, I say that only because it was probably the Archmagister that hired us for that first mission as well.
Perhaps.
At that point, Raven's Edge pipes in and says, I guess we're about to find out, yes? Because I sense them coming. And sure enough, that the archaeologist leader guy walks in with an assistant behind him and says, thank you for your patience. We've prepared the meeting. for you all to make your presentation now, if you all are ready.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys follow him out of the tent to the biggest tent of the area. Definitely seems more solidly built, and there's like, it seems more defended. There's ramparts around it, and there seems to, your eye tells you that there's magical elements to that tent to make it magically defensible. And you enter into this larger tent. It's large enough that as you first enter into it, there are a few benches laid out and a podium set up for having lectures and or meetings, and then over to the right and the back there's a lab set up, and then over to the left there's a section that's kind of closed off like a tent within a tent, basically, that you suspect from the door, from the way the doors are hanging, that or not the doors, but the flaps are hanging, that's probably where the Archmagus stays at night or whatnot. There are several people filing in. There's a side entrance, and some people are filing in from there. You guys are, you wait as other people file in front of you, and a few stragglers come in behind you. You see everybody, you see basically a bunch of different students. For a second, Merrik's heart skips a beat because there are a few students, not that many, there's like a couple of students that he recognizes, but he had only briefly met them. It wasn't like he had classes with them. You just saw them in passing down halls or whatnot. And they're all kind of sitting down ready for a presentation. And the main archaeologist guy has already gone behind the podium. You don't see anybody else. And he's, by the way, like I said, he's wearing noble's clothes, but also sort of, your typical wizard gear. And I think I described him before as kind of a middle-aged, someone in their 60s. And he's basically kind of ushering everybody in. And he has his assistant ushers you guys kind of around the back part. You're not going to be sitting in the benches that are set up, because you guys are going to be the presenters basically. And he's got you, he kind of pulls you around the side, but you don't see anybody else yet. Of course, your eye notes that lots of different people are wearing magical gear. So you're kind of surprised that the main archaeologist guy, the leader guy, he's not wearing anything magical, at least not right now. But there are a few people that are. And the flap of that extra kind of walled off area within the tent is partially down. And then the archaeologist leader, we'll call him Sir Cedric just because I don't remember his name, and that's just easier for me. Sir Cedric says, "Welcome one and all. These fine agents of the Archmagus have done the unthinkable and the impossible. They've made it into the Giants' territory, found the cache of Galadoon in a short period of time, and come back with basically the cache of Galadoon itself, including actually out of character. Was there any, there was no journals or anything in the place, was there? Yeah, no.
There's books and
no,
stuff.
no actual journals. The only book stuff that we were actually able to retain
Spellbook and some
would have been
scrolls. Yeah.
would be an old spell book, a tube of 6 scrolls, and then I did go for a variety of the like histories and storybooks that were still decent.
Right.
but
Yeah,
nothing
there
that
were some
was-
books there. That's right. Yeah. Forgot
Yeah,
about
but
that.
not any actual like journals or anything related to them in writing specifically that I know of.
He says, it's a good thing that they've accomplished this task so quickly, and as apparently the Archmagus and the third-party organization that he sometimes works with have sequestered all of this gear for special study. But of course, we of the archaeological department of the academy do get first dibs on it, but it will be very short. So that's why we're doing this emergency meeting, because you all will be assigned some tasks. You only have 3 days to study all of the items that they have brought and take as many notes as possible. And then this group, and I believe they will, introduce themselves in the title, but the Archmagus will decide with them whatever happens with the cache, because that is their mission. Obviously, ours is to this particular polyhedron site that we are excavating, but of course you all know the incredible importance of getting a chance to look at all of these items and study them briefly and make notes. So be prepared. They're going to do their presentation as soon as Archmagus Wilt comes forth, when he's ready. And they're all like nodding, and you guys are watching this as you're standing with them sitting. And he says, speaking of which, let me go see if the old man is ready. And with that, he just turns around and looks. Yes, you have a question or comment?
As he says, let me see if the old man is ready. Then shall I reach out to Raven's Edge to connect, and just tell everybody, I know it's gonna be weird, but just call me Echo. I see a couple of people I went to school with. I don't need them to know.
Thyra chuckles out loud.
Cool, thanks.
Shae looks confused.
I just look at Shae and just be like with the pleading, like, please just play along.
At that, you see not what you're expecting come waltzing out of immediately before he even has a chance to go back and get him to come. As soon as he turns, it's almost like on cue, this shockingly well-dressed older gentleman comes walking out of the flap back there. He's taller than you expected, roughly 6'2". He looks like he's probably in his 70s, but he's completely. He looks very very much like BT. He's very very bald and on top, but with a really
Very
thick.
bald.
Even more silver beard than, like, basically imagine BT's beard completely silvered, and but it's just very well, just like BT's is very well kept and
So
and coiffed.
imagine BT, but tall. Okay.
Oh wow, that's a mean thing to say. All right, at any rate, but on top of that, he's wearing this looks like a shiny purple suit almost, and it's got he's got a black vest underneath with gold inlays, and the purple suit it's a suit coat, you know, like a proper British suit coat, but it also has the long tails on the back.
Willy Wonka?
Huh? Oh.
Did you say like Willy Wonka?
Well, I was gonna say he also is wearing a top hat too. Yeah, like I wouldn't say. I guess if you want to, it's sort of Willy Wonka-esque, but not that purple. It's more like
Not Mad Hatter, but there's like kind of Mad Hatter-esque. Not Mad Hatter though. It's like during the Tea Party in Alice in Wonderland. Anyways, sorry. I have a perfect visual. Sorry, we're good. Carry
good. All right. But so even more than that, so he definitely looks like he's in the 70s, but somehow is like immaculate and looks both younger, and you know he's in his 70s, or at least he looks like he's in his 70s. He could be older, who knows. But what's also really noticeable is the muscles in his neck as it goes into the shirt, right? And he's also wearing one of those, not a tie, but one of those kind of poofy pirate coifs. You know what I'm saying? Like a pirate shirt, but not almost actually like a pirate shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but you can definitely tell from underneath, like he's very buff. Like he's that anti-stereotypical buff wizard. And not like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson buff or anything, more like Jean-Claude Van Damme buff underneath, right? And although that might be way before some people's time. What's the guy that like J.K. Simmons, only even more muscly?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
man is an anomaly.
Yeah. And he comes out, and his voice is like, oh, look at this, all these wonderful people.
Willy Wonka.
It's such a wonderful treat to see you all here. And I understand that my specialty crew has accomplished their mission so quickly. So real quick, before I continue with his spiel, you're obviously looking with your eye. Two things of note. From head to toe, completely magical. Everything. The weird thing is, his face, his body, like him underneath his gear that he's wearing, has a weird, it looks magical too, and seems slightly out of phase. And it's like, the best way I can describe it is that he looks like he's got a magical, like it looks similar to somebody who's got a head of disguise on, but normally your eye of true seeing would see right through any kind of illusion, but it's not. It's like there's a distortion where it's his actual, like his face and his skin, and it's really like, holy shit, what's going on here? And but I just wanted to take a quick aside at that. And he says, so let me come forth. I will introduce you to the group. Please understand, because this is a secret team that works for me and others that I represent, including special missions for King Arcantian himself. I want you all to know that I cannot share the individual names of these people. They are simply known as, add a character, you guys are the freelancers. They are simply known as the freelancers, and that will have to suffice. But please, I must, he comes over to you guys, and he does a curt bow. He's got, I forgot to tell you, instead of a staff, he's got this fancy cane that he just twirls about.
Gene Willy Wonka.
Like, yeah, J.K. Simmons as Willy Wonka, I guess. And then
Sounds like Mike Tyson.
yeah. So he says, obviously, this guy shatters your illusions of somebody who's stuck up at all, because he says, you are so wonderful and beautiful. It's such a treat, and I'm so honored that you accomplished this mission so quickly, and I'm here to share with our group all that you have. Please understand, we will have our own personal special meeting after we are done with all of these lovely archaeologists who must get their work done. And I will answer many questions. I'll give you personal time as soon as possible. And he says, now, let us have a presentation of the items and the mystery that you have uncovered. And he props himself in a chair and puts his feet up on the desk. And he tosses his hat on the desk. And the top hat, he spins it to the desk, and you think it's just gonna, as hard as he spins it, you think it's going to hit the desk and bounce and slide off. But instead, it just immediately stops as soon as it hits. It grows little legs, and it goes over and it parks next to his foot. And you see a couple of little eyes peek out at everybody and then close. And if you had to guess, I'm gonna roll. The people with arcane knowledge can roll arcane knowledge.
While they're rolling, with Raven's Edge to hit the party, I can see where Merrik gets it from.
You can see what?
I can see where Merrik gets it from.
Even though he's never met the guy before.
Shae is standing there, kind of like jaw dropped, going, "The hat has legs?"
Mm-hmm. So, what were your arcane knowledges?
21.
Wow,
25.
you low.
Huh?
Yeah, you
Super
rolled real
low.
low for you.
I mean, 12 plus 9. Oh no, still.
Me sat on a 19 roll for a change.
Both of you recognize, well, not recognize, you think that the hat is some form of mimic. And anywho, which is really weird that he would have a mimic sitting on the top of his head, but
Sindri doesn't know what to think of that, but BT is like super fucking excited by that.
Yeah, I love that. It's so great. It fits a fucking eclectic like Archmage to be like, oh yeah, one of my familiars is a mimic because I can.
As soon as everything goes quiet, and then Merrik realizes, oh, Merrik is not going to step forward. So Thyra steps forward. First and foremost, I just want to inform everybody we have sworn an oath to protect these items. No harm shall come to them, and I trust you will not. And then I will pull the helm.
so they have laid out in front of the podium a table that should fit all of the items that you guys have gathered.
I pull out the helm, and I set it on the table, and I say, hold on, I have to interpret my handwriting really quick.
So while she's doing this, Merrik, you know, you're kind of standing there cagey and stuff. And by the way, where he parked himself, I guess I should have described, he walked around the podium to the right side. So he's kind of in the audience, but on the side, on the outside. So he's got his feet propped up on one chair while he's sitting in another. And he's watching all of you guys from the side on the right. And as she speaks up and begins to speak and stuff, he's kind of looking at you, and you're kind of trying not to look at him, but your eyes lock for just a second, and he gives you a wink. Not in a weird, creepy way, just in a friendly way.
Oh, definitely weird, creepy for him. I can sense his panicking through Raven's Edge.
Oh yeah, and eyes narrow, like how fucking dare you? Now of all times, you motherfucker. he doing this thing?
They're sweating.
Oh yeah, no. Honestly, Shae, you would think Merrik is undead. Like he is sheet white. Like he is struggle busting.
Noticing that you're sheep white, Sindri's gonna be doing his absolute best to hide bursting out laughing.
Shae is too focused on
obviously-
the hat to notice anything else.
She's just like staring at the hat, like.
Yeah. It was by the way, it was a table on the side of the tent. On the, basically, yeah.
So how far do I have to walk to set it on the table?
No. The table where he threw his hat is a separate table. The table where
Got
you're
it.
presenting is
Got it.
in front
Got
of
it.
you.
Got it. Got it. Too many tables. Thyra sets it down. This is the great helm of Galadun the Brilliant. And then she'll just stand there in silence for a second.
Everyone's kind of looking at each
visibly
other.
cracking up. Because he knows he's supposed to walk up and put something down, but he's like, I'm not doing it, I'm waiting. Make someone else move.
Yeah. Merrik
Whilst-
grab the ring. Oh. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say, so Sindri's like looking at Shae going, trying to make Merrik go first.
I will.
Unfazed by the silence. Just
Yeah.
standing and waiting.
I'll take the ring and just like hand it to Thyra.
And then she'll set it down next.
I only wrote down the band of Thaddeus.
Thaddeus the Astute.
And is that
The
what
astute. Yeah,
Band of Thaddeus the Astute?
yeah.
This is the Band of Thaddeus the Astute.
So as you're doing this, they're all like trying to look up over each other. The shorter ones in the back, and the people in front are like glued to what you're doing.
Out of the bag of holding, or not bag of holding, excuse me, with the handy haversack, I'll pull out the tunic of Gormund.
Gormandine?
Gormandine the Unbroken.
Yeah, I'll hand it to Thyra.
She'll just like set it down, like fold it and set it down nicely. The tunic of Gormandine the Unbroken.
Sindri will gently throw the staff into the air and catch it at just like arm straight level, just to make everyone feel uncomfortable, and staff
Sindri.
Jorval and pass it over to
And then-
Thyra.
I'll set it down nicely on the table as well.
And do you name it?
Say it again.
What's the
Did you
staff?
name it?
Jorval.
Yeah,
Jorval
You
the
say it or do-
Enigmatic.
enigmatic.
This is the staff
Yeah,
of
I've got-
Dorval, the Enigmatic, and we'll set it down. Looks like scribbles in my book. I wrote it really fast.
It's okay.
Does Milo smack me in the face?
Yeah, Milo's like.
She walks up, she starts shaking off the baldric, and she's like, this is, Breton the Unwise, Baldric.
Not unwise. People they're all looking at each other.
The Baldric of Breton the Wise.
Yes,
So Milo goes.
Again, we swore an oath to protect these items. We take our oaths very seriously. And we expect you to treat these things with great respect.
they're all kind of nodding. But they're nodding not like they're agreeing with you, more like they're nodding that they're impressed that you take this as seriously as they do. And you guys note a proud kind of eyebrow raise from Sir Cedric or whatever, the archaeological master guy.
That's what we've called him this time.
And don't forget that you guys had a bag of the rest of their gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't asked to get those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So then Merrik just starts like picks his bag off and is like pulls out the longbow, the shield.
As
the
they
hammer,
see you
like,
start to pull out more stuff, a couple of the assistants go grab another table and drag it over real quick for you to put everything on separately.
Yeah.
And then
Does it
there's an obvious
one
difference of how
by
Thyra
one.
handles that stuff versus the other stuff.
Yeah.
There's a very obvious difference. It's not with disrespect, it's just with the, and here's the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Merrik does everything and then gets to the tube of the scrolls and the spell book, and he like pulls out the scrolls, and you see him just like, it's the slowest put down so far, and then like reaches in for the spell book and is like hesitates. And I think everybody can see it pains him to set the spell book down. It is just that like uncomfortable, like, oh, he clearly wants to read this.
As you can see, the rest of these items are not as valuable or impressive.
And then the history books as she's talking. She's like, I don't care anymore. I just need to get this over with. Just pulling all the books out and just stacking books and books and books and
And then
books
Thyra
books.
is gonna turn and look straight at the Archmagister guy and go, with great hope, my friend Echo here will be able to take these original copies, considering the effort it took for us to do this.
He kind of cocks his head to the side. We can definitely discuss something of that nature. I don't think that will be an issue. I think it will depend upon our third party that we are also working on behalf of.
I will make that very clear with them as well.
Yes, of course. I will. We will have our own meeting after this. They get to work on these items. Now, before we continue on, letting them, and I'm sure I can see how antsy they are to get in there, to dive in there and study these items. Can you please, one of you who is knowledgeable about these topics, step up and speak what you uncovered? Not obviously you found the items, the cache itself, but we would like to know the process, the area, the who, the what, the why, the when, the where. What did you discover? What adventures did you have to find this mythological treasure?
My team is made up of people with very particular set of skills. It took us no time to be able to locate the lake in which the secret door was. Once we found it, we were able to easily get in. Took a moment.
Perhaps more details would be useful, and all the students and workers and archaeologists are like nodding to what he said.
Say again? I missed it.
He said
wants
perhaps more details would be useful. And they're all agreeing and nodding.
I don't know what kind of details you expect us to divulge.
Without saying how we found the exact place, there was a magically hidden door under the lake.
They're all looking at each other like,
There was
go
various
on.
steps to find this point, but the main parts I'm sure you're interested is in. It was hidden as for what we saw, was a rock, but that was magical. Underneath there was a sealed door. Do you want to know how we got the door open and stuff like that, or do you want me to just carry on? Looks to the audience and bigwigs to...
Like, he says, no, please, more details. Tell us the story of how you found this. Yeah, this is you out of character or are you in character?
This is out of character.
Okay.
It's now becoming painfully obvious that as uncomfortable Merrik is, he's like, man, you guys are doing a shit job at an academic like meeting. And he's like, man, I'm gonna have to fucking take over.
I don't know exactly what details you expect. We were able to locate the door using our means of. I don't know how Shae was able to navigate, but we did. We navigated there, and then we were able to locate the door. And then once we were able to get through the door, we located the lake underneath the ground.
Yes. That's all wonderful, and it's impressive work that you did, but...
Why should we tell you the story when you guys can go experience it yourself?
Well said, Shae.
They're like, you realize, of course, that you all were we can't go experience it ourselves.
But you're archaeologists.
It's still across the border, and we don't have permissional access to Titanhold. We would be killed on sight and start a war if we tried to cross the border for such a thing.
Sorry, I forgot about the war.
Yes, because we had permission to go into Giants territory.
Merrik is physically like attacking the three of us.
Oh my god.
We don't know exactly what details you expect of us. We were able to get into the door. We fought a monster.
All right, thank you, milady. You are wonderful. I appreciate what you're saying. Perhaps if it would be easier, we can discuss those details, and I'll ask you questions more directly in our personal meeting later.
I would like to make something very clear, though. Once we did enter the fortress, we came face to face with the Naga that protected that place, and it was that creature that we swore an oath to protect these items. We swore.
You're leaving out so many details in the story that it's hard to put it all together in context.
I don't know how that is even possible for you to not have any more context than the fact we found them here.
Okay.
At this point, the archaeological leader guy, Sir Cedric, says, but perhaps someone with a bit more academic acumen of your group, who more knowledgeable about these particular legends and myths, might be able to edify us with a bit more details.
I'll just walk up behind Thyra. I'll put my
visibly angry and
put a hand on her shoulder. Through Raven's Edge, academics are weird.
They're despicable.
Don't take it personally. I'll do the best I can from here. So here's the thing. Part of the issue with finding this cache lied in a riddle. Out of character, I will say I have the riddle down. I don't have it specifically verbatim. I have the most important details of it. Yeah. So
he as soon as you say that part, he perks up. He no longer is got his feet propped up. He's put his elbows on his knees and is listening intently as you step forward to present the story.
So I'm just going to give you the bit that I have, which is the important details of the, like, this is how Merrik wrote it down. He knew what was important, what wasn't.
Sure.
Round and round the points you go, never will you find the home till you first understand the source of the flow. Forever lost you will be until you seek the beginning of the compass you see, delving low into the cavern's darkest deep to find Galadun in his restful sleep. Part of the problem with this is that the remaining members of Galadun's troop went to great extents and great care to keep this hidden away. Their home is their tomb. It is not actually a tomb as you would think. It is a misnomer. However, they did some extensive landscaping, if it were, decided to flood a valley to create another lake, which makes this arguably difficult to find. The clues were laid out in the poem as to the steps that we would follow. We had encountered a number of obelisks that represented a compass and led us towards a waterfall with a much larger body of water that we realized they'd used to flood the valley itself after sealing off their an entrance, if it were. After finding said entrance and navigating through it, mind you, no small feat with millions of gallons of water above you, we found their abode. The one thing nobody expected was some fucking eldritch horror, but I will say it now smells of ozone. Don't really know what that is. Didn't get a chance to study it. It disappeared into the water dead, and I did not want to find out. After said things, much as my companion had said, we encountered the spirit Naga that was guarding the final place, and he tested us to see if we were worthy. We also strategically flew over a variety of giants, so nobody knows that we were there. If they do think that we were there, we definitely appeared like Fae.
And sent some of their brains to the abyss. Oops, sorry.
No giants were harmed physically.
Permanently.
Mentally, not so much, but...
There were squirrels harmed.
Perhaps. But that is, by and large, the most of it.
He says,
Any other questions?
Excellent. These are exactly, precisely the details. Let me ask you this. Was the, this hidden door at the bottom of the lake, was it a henge?
What?
Yes? On a hinge.
Yeah, it was on.
Excellent. Wonderful. Just as we theorized, eh? And he looks over at the Cedric guy. They both nod to each other. And then he says, so you're saying that this underground lake was under a man-made lake. How incredibly clever. Were you able to determine how they were able to craft the above-ground man-made lake?
Yes, they terraformed the land and then flooded it with another one.
So somewhere nearby was another body of water?
Yes, as I said, it led us to points of a compass that we followed to a waterfall that was fed by a much larger lake that had this.
Looked like some sort of druidic tunneling magic.
We'll say specifically how they terraformed. I'm not quite particularly sure specifics. However, it was powerful druidic magic. I imagine the previous owner of. I imagine it was.
Gorman the Unbroken.
Yeah.
Gormandine.
I imagine it was Gormandine who did it, given that it was more druidic magic than arcane, per se. perhaps with some help, but I'm not sure what exactly they did in the spells, but I know what the outcome was.
And you said that on the shores of this deep underwater lake, you encountered both their home. Was this built by man?
By magic. But
So
yes,
probably more druidic magic, yes.
it could have been druidic magic. Some of it could have been your typical arcane magics. Probably a combination of both.
And then you said in the underground lake, you faced some sort of eldritch horror on the shoreline. Can you just describe what you saw? What made you think it was such a creature?
Well, I'll look at Sindri. And just indicate like, yeah, can do the thing.
Pulls out his dagger, because that's what I last had my thing attached to. And prestidigitation, an image of Sedge.
Everybody's like,
diabolical
oh,
creature.
wow." They're all like super amazed and impressed.
Larger than this tent.
Fascinating.
Several
And what made you
times.
think it wasn't just a giant squid variety?
They tried to psychically control us.
It didn't behave like a cephalopod. If it did, it was one from the supernal. Or at least from somewhere else. It did not originate from this plane.
Fascinating. Wonderful, interesting. Well then, you answered our questions and gave a wonderful description. I believe you all working together to describe all of these things did a wonderful job. And I thank you for going out on a limb and taking your time to share these details. Now, the few of you shall come back into my meeting room, as it were. We can have a personal meeting, and while they get to work. And now, all of you heard what they said. They're under an oath to protect these items. So you all be careful with them, and every single item shall be returned to them because they are contracted to my special third-party benefactor, who is requiring and expecting all of these items that they have found, which means we do not get to keep any of them. You can see all the people would go, oh, they're all upset and sad, but you can tell that they're like, they'll totally do whatever he says. And he says, and you know what happens if anyone tries to sneak anything away. I will know, and I will punish thee. But if I have a man from the academy, and they're all like,
And then Thyra steps up again and just looks at everybody and like just looks down at the item, like the 5 items, and looks around. And then just nods to the guy and starts heading over to the thing. They know it was a threat.
right. Agreed. They all get it. With that, he says, please meet me in my chambers, he says with air quotes, and I will be there in a moment as I confer with Sir Cedric. And what was that? Yeah.
Horns. It looks like
It does look like little horns. I mean,
This is the first time you've noticed that?
Just a bit.
Richard says it all the time.
I wonder what it would look like if you put the turtle behind you.
Yeah. You could reverse camera. Or if I do it there.
Never mind. It's fine. That's kind of cool. It's like a halo of thorns. Wait a minute. BT Jeebus.
Jesus.
All right.
The almighty banana.
Wait, there's even a white ring for it that way.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Does it make for a cozy pillow, or does it poke your
Actually,
head?
really comfortable.
Cool.
It's not supposed to be, but it's a comfy pillow. There.
So after you see him go have a quick conference with Sir Cedric, you see all of the students and assistants. Some of them, swarm up to start taking notes and making drawings, and they're studying and they're casting detect magic and all the different things that you can do to study some sort of magical device or item. And the books too, they're like pouring through the books, but they're using Mage Hand to be as protective as possible with the books. And some of them obviously left the tent to go, they have other duties. But a swarm of them are doing their work. You guys make your way back, and as you go through the flap, you're like, oh, of course.
None of us are shocked.
It's a Heward's. It's not Heward's. It's a what's that mid-level magical tent, basically.
Fitzbond's magical tent, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Basically, it's like a stripped down version of you guys' freaking magnificent mansion, right? But it's in that little tent inside the tent, and there's it's still pretty large. Like it's as large on the inside as the whole of the other tent, and there's like. It's really nice and decked out with a desk and a little library and table and chairs and a divan and basically there's places where you all can sit if you want. Does anybody sit, or does it? Who stands and who sits?
Thyra stands.
Okay, Thyra stands. I figured.
Sindri will stand sit if he can.
Oh yeah, there's a sofa. There's a divan. There's some. Chairs next to a round table. Where do you park?
Sofa.
How about Merrik and Shae?
Too uncomfortable to sit.
Okay. So before you make any decision, Milo flits over to the couch. Sorry, we're all talking over each other. What'd you say, Druid?
I said Merrik is probably standing right behind Thyra, trying to hide.
And BT, what'd you say about?
Mine was clearly out of character, but do you want me to prestigitation your pants, Merrik?
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was describing that Milo flits over to the couch and plops next to Sindri and kind of cozies up next to him. Not like crawls in his lap or anything, but he just kind of parks next to him.
Does a little cat thing, meeting, and then circles and then sits face down.
Yeah, but just enough that his side is laying against your leg, just touching. So not like I'm good with being this close to you.
Pay attention to me ignoring you.
Right. Pay attention to me ignoring you. Exactly. Like the shirt that she sometimes wears.
She's wearing it
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
wearing
That's why I
today.
said it.
Are you wearing it today? No way.
Wait.
Oh my God, the coincidence. I didn't even notice. That's funny. And so what does Shae do?
Shae will try and remember her somewhat etiquette lessons from the Oracle, and she'll go sit at the table.
Okay, so you're sitting at the table, he's lounging on the divan with the cat, and the two of them are just kind of standing there in the middle of the chamber. Just a few minutes go by, and the Dapper Dan Archmagus Myrzin Wilt. That's Myrzin Wylt. Comes bopping in with a spring in his step. and a flick of his cane, he comes in, takes off he's wearing his hat again. He takes off his hat and flings it to the there's a coat like a hat rack and a coat rack. He flings it up to it, and it just sticks right onto the coat rack. And then he does the same thing with his cane. He just kind of throws it at the coat rack, and it just goes, and it's just somehow stays. It's not like because it's a mimic. It just magically kind of sticks to the coat rack. And he says, my friend, it's good to finally meet you. You've done great work for our friends on Progentica, yes? And he goes and he basically grabs one of the chairs and parks it right in front of you guys and turns it around and sits in the chair with the chair, like this. Then he parks his arms up like this on the top of the chair. Here, I'll demonstrate. I can do it. Of course, for me, if you need to hear the mic, I can't do that. So I demonstrated at least.
I was gonna say.
He says, you all have done remarkable work, even better work than you did before when you were here on Valium. Impressive. And that eye of yours, that's something special, isn't it? You don't have to use your disguise, of course, now that you're here, but actually you might as well keep it since they've seen you in this form. It's probably best to stay in the elf illusion, as it were.
Sindri's chuckling quietly,
Yeah,
knowing how much he was spewing over that.
Yeah, no, you just get a blank stare from Merrik. Or not to talk about Progetica.
Do you say that, or you think it?
I don't. It's not a conscious thought. He knows that we're not to talk about it. So, I mean,
That's basically where Thyra's at too. Like,
yeah,
we're not allowed to talk about it.
Shae goes
Yeah.
digging through her bag for a ration to snack on.
Okay. He says, good. You're keeping your end of the security arrangements that we have with the Omega Corps. Excellent. That is wonderful. Still,
try to keep
I'm
my
sure
word.
that. Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead, Druid.
We try to keep our word.
He says, well, I'm sure that you have questions. Before we have a discussion, that eye of yours, that's quite the dapper accessory, yes?
it is. It's a bit blinding in here, though.
Say again?
It's quite bright in here. It is a drawback.
And as he brings it up and you're looking at him, it's really strange to you that, it lets you see through everything, even onto the ethereal plane. But when you sort of visualize him on the ethereal plane, it still has that kind of phased out look. Like it's just like something about him is mystically altering it. Which you didn't think was possible, considering it's literally a gem of true seeing.
BD wants to try something, but
Oh.
Sindri doesn't know any of this.
Yeah. He says, oh, by the way, here, I have something for you. He gets up from his seat and pulls a note out of his vest pocket and comes over to and hands it to Merrik. Real quick. Hang on a sec. He says, "This is from Sir Conrad." And he hands it to you.
It's just the most like. Thanks.
He says, "You have nothing to be afraid of, young man. You're perfectly safe here."
Indeed. Just put the note away.
So you put the note away, you don't read it?
It's for me, not everybody else.
He nods, goes and spins the chair back around and sits down normally.
Try and break the ice. Sindri just completely, from quiet to straight into conversation. How does one acquire a hat quite like that?
He says, "Well, perhaps with more adventures under your belt, you might find a little friend like this as well. But taming one is not the easiest thing, I will tell you that."
I can imagine. It definitely holds some interest, though.
Indeed, it does.
He says,
No, I'm
"So
not
to be
shocked.
clear, obviously, and I appreciate your discretion. You don't have to say or do anything, but I will share with you my report. I am probably the primary liaison between King Arcantian and the Omega Corps on Progentica. So, of course, I am the primary person who's privy to all of the goings-on that happen between your world and ours. Because of this, I am privy to great amounts of data and information. And it is always a wonderful thing that we share information between that world and ours so that we can help this world grow." He says, "To be clear, your mission, I understand, was commissioned by a couple of important guilds on your world, and that is, it has also been kind of indirectly sponsored by an Omega Corp, since those guilds have friends and contacts within the Omega Corps. Very well-respected community of mages. Because of that, when you leave, you will all take all of the items that you have secured and found within the Demesne/tomb of Galadoon and bring them back. I'm sure that the Omega Corps will want to do a perfunctory scan on them to make sure there's nothing threatening within them, like biological agents or whatnot. But I don't think you will have any trouble with them, again, because they have respect for the guild masters of your guilds. And you should very easily be able to complete your mission. Now, once you've done so, it seems that you all have a special kind of attachment to these items, which is no wonder, since you earned them. If I were you, I would negotiate with these guild masters to perhaps take them for a test run, as it were, for yourself, for an extended period of time. Or however you wish to declare your negotiations is up to you. But I will let it be known that I recommend this, because it will be wonderful to see what sort of other things that you do on behalf of the different organizations on the different worlds as the realm runners, the very up and coming and impressive realm runners that you all are.
To be clear, you are recommending to them we keep these items.
I'm sure they will need some time to study them, but yes, absolutely. I am recommending that you all be the caretakers of these items. Although perhaps, if there's any, since there are 4 of you and there are 5 artifacts or relics, perhaps as a bone to throw to them, you might let them keep hold of the 5th relic for study, as long as they make certain oaths to you as the caretakers of these items.
They will not own them.
Add a character, I didn't hear it again. Sorry.
They will not own them.
You're talking very quiet.
Sorry?
It's partly
I'm
my
just
fault.
letting you know.
Turn the volume up a tad over here.
Oh, good luck with that.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, I'm sure I want to do that.
Sure about that?
All right, now one more time. What was it you said?
Oh, they will not own them. That's it.
We don't
That
know
a character is your
negotiating.
character curious as to why he looks different through your eye that he's mentioned?
Oh, yes. I am strategically waiting.
Okay, fair enough. So, you all, there's an awkward silence as he sits there waiting for you all to continue the conversation.
Probably hear Shae chewing on
So-
something.
Yeah, you said you had more questions for us. What are your questions?
Well, how fares your missions? How goes your travels in the different worlds beyond Pergentica? And what do you all think of your home on Pergentica?
That's not information that I feel comfortable disclosing.
With respect.
So no personal questions?
With respect. If you know as much as you know what we are able to talk about. I do find it a little inappropriate to put us in such positions. I imagine the questions are burning. But if we've made a promise, what does it say about us by breaking that? If there are topics we are not to talk about, why do you press them? If you know we are not to talk about them.
This is the 3rd time you've inquired and we've had to deny you.
So, what questions do you have for us that pertain to why we are here today?
Very good. I am impressed that you have held out against my onslaught of tests. You've done very well. So, I have no further questions. What questions do you have of me?
I can think of 2 people in this room that probably have an onslaught of questions.
Who's the other one?
What was that again?
Who's the other one?
Shae?
So true.
Are we asking questions now?
Yes, Shae.
The floor is yours.
Okay. So, is your hat really alive?
Well, alive is a certain point of view, I suppose.
It had legs at some point.
Yes. So technically, my hat is a type of shifter called a mimic. But mimics are really an unusual life form, as it were, because they somewhere in between an aberration and a construct. They have a designation category, but I and many others in the magical scientific community don't necessarily believe that its categorization is accurate.
Okay, next question. I would like to know your workout routine because you look very strong.
Oh, is that so? Well, thank you. Yes, I do try and keep myself in shape, as it were. Yes. I do 100 push-ups a day, 100 sit-ups a day, and run 10 kilometers a day, and 100 squats per day.
So you don't lift?
I know. See, here's the thing. Especially with us arcane type, not everything is what it seems. I know you know I can tell what's different about you.
Oh? Is that so?
This has quite a lot of utility, but that's different.
Oh, do tell. Explain what you mean. He's being just as cagey as you are.
Yes. So for those who cannot see, you are quite enveloped in some sort of displacement effect. You're not quite as clear as you should be. I suspect it's more of a learned non-magical ability or from somewhere else that this does not reach. Perhaps a different plane, not ethereal or material. But for those others, when I look like I have an echo or phantom image when I cast blur, though not quite the same for you, I imagine it would get the point across. I can't see through his blur.
Well, he's an Archmagister, head
yes,
of a magical school.
absolutely, but
Wait, are you saying that he's not really that strong?
I never said that.
Oh, okay. So
But
it
things
was
aren't always as they
100
appear.
push-ups.
Like, look at Shae, just like, yeah, top of the course.
He says,
She's
well,
making notes because she knows Thyra is going to ask later.
Right. He says, well, perhaps the item was not 100% calibrated properly by the installer. If you would like, I can take a quick peek at it and see if I can tune it a bit better. It will be non-invasive and non-painful, I can promise you. In fact, I won't even need to physically touch you.
If something goes wrong, can I have your other eye?
Yes.
Thank you.
The Archmagus.
You're welcome.
I see where you all travel together. You are wonderful. Friends
No,
are
I'm
important,
serious.
are they?
Pulls his eye out of his pocket. I've got his eye. Shakes it a little bit, puts it back in the pocket.
Yeah, what you don't realize, mate, is that I've always got my eye on you.
Is it on me if it's in my pocket?
Yes.
I tell you what, it'd be cool if you could still see through it. You could just leave it somewhere and you'd be able to see it through it at any remote time.
The look of realization on Shae's face when she's like,
Get it!
I mean, sure.
So he stands up and he does a quick couple of flourishes, casting like advanced level detect magic and some sort of variation of a mage hand, and he does some things. And it's like looking right at you. You're not feeling a thing. You do feel like there's, you notice that, you don't feel anything, but you notice that the colors shift a little bit, and then after just a brief moment, you find that everything is sharper and more defined. Those variations between the different states are much more sharp and defined and less blurry. And he says, whoever did the work on this was exceptional. He missed a few little tweaks here, but there you go. Did it make a difference? And you look at him, and again, you can tell that the eye is going to work better without any kind of issues from now on. You're pretty sure that like you're going to be spot on with it, but you can't see what he actually looks like. And he says, "Did that make a difference?"
Yes, but no.
Perhaps it's simply the limitation of the technology. Sometimes there are people and things that you might meet in this wide universe of ours that exceed the capabilities of the items that we have. Maybe as you grow, that might change. Who knows?
Very fair. I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Merrik.
Dude, I look at you like, the fuck did you just say to me?
He already knows who you are.
I don't care.
100% used Merrik, not just a slip up.
No, yeah.
Do you think it could be some sort of disguised, like, how do I put this? Mr. M. I know you didn't get to see him because that was before the eye, but just a
Mr.
Vault?
M?
Mr. Marburg.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The dragon. Yeah.
That was DM.
Wait, Marburg or Midnight?
Malberg.
Okay.
Marlboro.
Yeah, Marlboro.
This-
Does he? Okay, can you rephrase say the question one more time?
So, out of character, basically, do you think he's basically shifted like Marlboro did? He's hidden in a human form, but he's a dragon.
Oh.
With him having such knowledge of the Omega Corps and that stuff.
No. This is
Correct.
different.
Yep, it does seem different.
Yes. Conceptually, possibly similar or tangential, but not the same.
It was just a thought that was bouncing around when you said there was something different.
Yeah. We'll put it this way. Your innate magics that you have coursing through your tiny little veins.
Oxygen's hard.
Yes, yes. I can't see that magic the same way innately. For this, I can't see what is innately happening with him. I'm aware of it. I can tell that it's there, but I don't know what. It's intriguing. Echo.
Look at his, is that his little paw?
Yes.
That's what I've been giggling at for like the last 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
His little
Fate.
paw is just up in the corner, just.
Oh. Sorry. It blends in with the background to me. Now I can see it.
He's also ticklish.
It's a dangerous game.
It's sticking his butt up at you.
He's rolled over that way now.
I'll pull out Echo. What do you make of it?
Oh, it's quite the unique familiar you have here. What a sweet little owl. He speaks in owl to Echo, and Echo's all like wide-eyed. He's like, that's interesting. I would honestly need to study it more to be able to answer more definitively, but my hypothesis is that this familiar seems to be a manifestation of something both within and without.
I was
He
looking at
points
him
to
and he'd be
Milo.
like,
Do you know what that is?
Well, that's a dragon, also known as a lion drake. It's a strange form that he likes to stay in there, though, isn't it?
discretion is key.
Oh, trust me. What we speak about today in this chamber shall never leave this chamber.
You swear it?
Unfortunately, for the most part, I agree with you. In other
Well,
ways,
Okay. Anything that needs to remain secret shall remain secret. Obviously, we will need to be reporting to our who we report to. Although, really, no one. I don't really report to anyone here on Balion, but yes. I understand that you all will need to.
out of character question. We were provided the poem, right, when we were given the quest.
Yes.
So it's not a stretch of imagination to understand that he is aware of what that poem is, and that's how we got it.
Yes.
Okay. Might I ask you this? How did you come about the clues to find that poem? That just
Oh, well, you
written
see,
down.
it was actually one of my team. Apparently, when
There's a lot of huffing coming from the
I
beagle.
believe it was Jorval. Double check. Yes, when Jorval Hornsbeak passed away in the village that he had retired in, it was friends and relatives of his that came forward with some of his belongings, including the journal. Apparently, he had passed his retirement days and lived quite a long time. Obviously, longer than normal, but not too surprising considering he was an elf. But he or he was a half elf. Sorry. They came forward to the academy, and of course, as soon as that information passed up the chain, I quickly jumped on the situation myself, too, because it's an important bit of history for the Valion.
Yeah, I figured you would have appreciated the history books and stories I brought back. Not to say that they're not already here, but history's history.
Considering that we have gone the extra mile to provide those, I would like Merrik to take them.
One more time. I'm sorry. I heard the Merriks take them. What was the part before that? No, it's not the mic. It was. Go ahead.
Considering we went through the effort to bring those here, I would like Merrik to take them for his own personal collection.
Oh, out of character, you're referring to the books?
The books, the scrolls, bell
It says,
tone.
well, again, that's something that you'll need to discuss with the guilds who have contracted you for this task, for this quest. I can't see why they wouldn't honor such a request, especially since you are new members and seeking knowledge. I'm sure they will want to make some sort of magical copy of them to study or whatnot. It'll be up to you all to decide that between you and them.
Well, it was my understanding that they were only wanting the special stuff.
No, I understand where you're coming from. These books were a bonus, not an expected find. It's a shame so many were ruined, though.
Bargaining tool.
Yes.
I just know that Merrik has a library to fill up.
I definitely respect that. If you'd like, I can give you a couple of my favorite books before you go that you can add to your collection.
Sure.
He
like
goes
I
over and picks a couple of books from his libraries. I think you'll like this one. Yes, and this one. And he hands you the two books. One is a smaller book, and it's the magical migration of Johnny Seagull is one of the books. You're curious to yourself why he hand you this book. The other one is magical mathematics in the Tertium Organum. And you're like, okay, this makes sense that he would hand me this. And of course, you're curious about them enough that you'll check them out later.
I know we'll have a few more days to converse.
Well, actually, unfortunately, after today, I am off doing my own thing on other missions and other errands. So, but don't worry. If you have time, while I'm here, I will do my best to answer your questions and inquiries.
And then mentally to Raven's Edge. To everybody. I'm gonna regret asking all of you this question, but I want to know what he thinks about that godforsaken fucking not door upstairs.
No.
Fine, I'll just ask him then. You're familiar with the Magnificent Mansions? Rhetorical question.
Yeah, sure.
So
You're sitting here in a smaller, lower level version as it is right now.
Yes. One thing I haven't quite cracked just yet is, suppose there is another space on the wall that looks like a door, reacts like a door, but does not open like a door. It reacts the same way as the exit, but it does not budge.
Interesting. Well,
I imagine it might be... See, I'm not very versed in creating them. My theory is either that it was the original door from the creator as he was crafting the space, or it's a leftover remnant design aesthetic, which I feel is stupid, or it's a way to add more. Those are my only working theories, none of which make sense. Thoughts?
interesting ideas. I would say It would be a rare and unusual kind of spell within a spell for such a thing to exist, but not impossible as far as I can imagine. If a thorough and exhaustive study does not yield the answers that you seek according to your theories, I would argue then that philosophically, maybe the door's just not ready to be opened yet, as it were. Sometimes that's what you will find is that
Merrik, like, and of course that's your goddamn answer. Or I'd expect less of you.
it was a difficult thing in my youth.
It's a very helpful, like, true answer to what it could be when he's so fucking mad that it's that. It's like, he's better off not answering the question.
Shae, do you have any more questions?
Oh, so it was 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 10-kilometer runs, and 100 squats. Anything else?
No, that's it. That'll do it. Every day. Well, occasionally we'll have a rest day once a week.
Any type of particular foods that you eat to make yourself strong?
Lots of vegetables and protein.
Any particular kind of protein?
I'm a fan of quail.
Let's see. That's all the questions Shae has for now.
I have two
She's
more.
taking
And I know
notes.
you guys are not surprised that I have more questions, but question number one, where are we to be staying? And then question number two, where is the food? This one loves meat. This one loves to cook. So.
Well then, we actually have a mess tent, and we knew that you all would be needing accommodations while you wait for the remaining time of your mission. I'm not quite sure how all that works. I'm not sure why, I should say, that works, but at any rate, we've already, some of Cedric's assistants have already been at work while we've been talking, setting up. In fact, that was why I had a brief meeting with him before coming in. I wanted to make sure that accommodations were created for you, or set up for you, and in the mess hall, which is the mess tent, a feast in your honor is being crafted now as you speak. And if Shae would like to go join them in cooking, she's welcome to, I'm sure. I will pass that along. And if meat is what you like to eat, then you will find it in abundance there.
Excellent. Sindri, do you have any questions before we leave?
No, not to be fair.
Okay.
There's nothing really that I've been confused on, other than the part that Merrik brought up about his face being, well, not his face, but his visage being weird. And I already asked about the hat.
All right.
That's a damn fine hat.
He tips his hat to you, even though he's not wearing it.
Yeah, hats off. Yeah.
And when he does that, you see the hat on the hat rack look over at and witness this, and then wink, and then close its eyes again.
Does your hat have a name?
Yes, its name is Hat.
I thought you were going to say Hattie.
And with that,
Well-
he ushers you out and has you meet with some people and go where you want to go. And now is a perfect time for us to take break for tonight. We're gonna do a 10-minute break, intermission, guys. we'll be back in just a little bit. Thank you for coming. Double O Show and Mia Mao 10 plays. Look at you. Big stormy hugs to you guys. Hello. And all you other amazing folks.
Their picture on Discord.
Oh, it's only over your own picture. You see it on.
Yeah.
It's gone.
This is the most unconventional D&D stream on Twitch.
The mouse.
How to distract the streamers? Mouse. Oh, he's like my perfect kind of weird. I really like him. I feel like he's the kind of person that would tell Guar it's okay to pee on the tree. And that feels very important to me for some reason. My hair is so heavy today.
Well, you did wash it. It's full of water.
I know.
So stretch, right? Stretch, 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 stretch.
Oh.
Hamster's pose.
Oh, okay, now you're showing off. Don't do that. I can't touch my toes.
That is, she can do standing mermaid on one side.
Oh, standing mermaid? Let's see if I can do it in jeans.
Okay.
Foot into elbow. Connect the fingers.
Quick save, quick.
Okay, cool.
It also sometimes does this sound, this random thing. It just happens from time to time. I think it has to do with some sort of decondensation or something. I don't know. It's really weird. But I swear to God, it sounds like an army of masturbating gnomes.
Are you sure they're squirrels, Stormy?
What?
Are you sure they're not masturbating squirrels?
No, I'm pretty sure they're. I'm pretty sure they're no.
You know, just a.
It does. It's just this sound. It's this weird sound. I can't. But you've proven time and again that your eccentricities are beneficial to not only yourselves, but to the guild and to the land in general. So.
We are so special that he pulled out the dictionary for us. He used big words.
And the day had come. The party was ready to begin their fights in the arena against the number 2 ranked guild. Here they are, up against them. The name, the Loam Riders. Will they defeat them? Will they be beaten by them? And such it went. The battle began. It looked like it was fairly even, but it was not. Soon 2 party members were down, and the cliffhanger had begun. And you guys are awesome.
Fight me. Let's go.
All right, we're going.
I did it too.
You did it too. Yeah. We're gonna go chat dance. Here we go.
Oh man.
Kids like. To me, is this wonderful? Wait, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? I screwed it up. Oh yeah, it's this way.
It's called the dab. You need to do it correctly.
I'm still doing it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you take it away there. itsStarKitty.
You forgot to hit play.
Okay.
And we're gonna add cinnamon. And
The character, she wants pancakes now. Thank you.
There's only one way I'll accept pancakes. Stormy's got to wear the outfit. It's canon. It's the only way I think any one of us can enjoy them.
Later. You soon. So, you guys find yourself that evening dabbing at the inn. No. You find
That
yourselves.
is what Emmeline is doing. She's
Yeah.
dabbing from side to side on the stage.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Okay.
My Chonkapillar.
Chonkapillar's ass liked it.
The butt.
Chonka butter.
It's a little tiny like X over.
A little anime X for his little bunghole.
The ability to control those undead.
Oh, that's right, because you did that before Bunky
Yeah.
inseminated us.
And the Bob Ross moment has ended.
Eating my butt. Freaking chair. And that deep-throated person over there, the one with the green hair. Just kidding.
We were going down ha-ha.
Oh, I didn't mean like that deep. I meant like deep sounding voice. Oops.
Deep what?
He's got a deep voice, guys. That's what I was trying to say. It's true.
Yeah.
Do you have a very deep voice?
I know I do.
It doesn't frustrate you because it's something you can focus your mind on and to help you. I'm going to use the P word, to help you process what you went through. Are you clipping it?
Everyone, get some rest. We'll discuss this later, after I've had some time to think.
It's
And
a lot to
process.
process.
Everything.
Got 3 good clips so far. I'm processing the rest. What a dick! You snuck it in there. You got me to say it. Looks like you have a question, Fern.
Is it the same color, the same blue glow?
Yes.
Now, I think if you scroll over their picture on Discord.
Oh, it's only over your own picture. You see it on. Okay.
Yeah. This is the most unconventional D&D stream on Twitch.
The mouse.
How to distract the streamers? Mouse. Oh, he's like my perfect kind of weird. I really like him. I feel like he's the kind of person that would tell Guar it's okay to pee on the tree. And that feels very important to me for some reason. My hair is so heavy today.
Well, you did wash it. It's full of water.
I know.
So stretch, right? Stretch, 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 stretch.
Oh.
Hamster's pose.
Oh, okay, now you're showing off. Don't do that. I can't touch my toes.
That is, she can do standing mermaid on one side.
Oh, standing mermaid? Let's see if I can do it in jeans.
Okay.
Foot into elbow. Connect the fingers.
Hey guys, we're back a little bit early from our break, BT and I, but the other folks will be back in a second. I just wanted to pop in and thank Rex Rides for the raid.
I like that.
I see you guys are fellow D&Ders. Welcome in. That's amazing. I'm glad you found us. I'm gonna drop Rex follow right now. Cool. I'll definitely check out your stuff.
And if you're not lurking, how did your session go today?
He took the words right out of mine.
Hold it.
Wow. He just snatched him right out of thin air. Magically.
Go.
So,
Your use of Mage Hand, stealing people's words.
well said, well said. Hi Raiders and folks. I'm StormyD, your DM and host And that's my significant other and fellow player and fellow streamer. It's StarKitty. And that sexy bearded god over there is BananaTomOG, also a fellow streamer and best bud. And that is his doggo, Naboo.
There's lots of lights that he's not quite sure what to make of.
They are kind of bright for him, huh? He's ready to fly.
Bunny.
That dog.
Or a secret airplane, whichever you want.
Right now we're on our intermission.
Leaning on you when it's too warm.
Yeah, I'm sure it's getting pretty hot over there, huh?
Bearing in mind it is 10 to 12 at night. It's 22 degrees in here.
22. Let me see what that is in Fahrenheit.
Well, bear in mind,
I'm pretty sure that's like in the 80s. It's 80 in the 80s in your house?
Yep.
22C to F.
It's really humid as well because it's just rained for the first time in God knows how many.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not that bad. It's 71 degrees inside. That's actually not bad.
It is when your average temperature is around 10 degrees for most of the year.
Oh, yeah. I guess if your body has gotten used to that cooler temperature most of the time, that you've acclimated to that new norm, right? That, or not new for you, but that norm. And so, yeah, I can imagine that much of a difference. But 71 would be like heaven for us.
Like I also said, I keep my house at about 15 degrees. That's my comfort level.
Right.
A bit colder than most people like it to sit in. You're supposed to, like, the average is like 18, and for a human to sit comfortably doing nothing.
Where we're at here in Austin, it is 30 degrees Celsius outside.
I think my dad said when I were up phone to him today, when he left Australia, it was something like 23 degrees. I was like, that's the middle of winter.
Yuck. Yeah. Normally we keep it in the house roughly, in our house we keep it 23, like roughly 23 degrees Celsius, around 74, 75 in the house. But again, that's because like our norm is in the 90s, right? So
way hotter.
Yeah. So if we got it too much colder than that, then we'd be shivering all the time. Even at this temperature is 74. As you can see, she's wearing a sweater, and I sometimes grab a blanket because the air conditioning blowing on us all the time is kind of chilly.
To be fair, I can, as long as I've got a hoodie on, I can sit quite comfortably and see my own breath in this house. Like, I won't feel cold with a hoodie on. I'll be like, yep, I'm comfy. Anyone who comes in the house is fucking freezing, but I'm perfectly fine.
So you're actually more like Thyra.
I run hot.
This summer, the average temperatures like in August and like late July, all through August, early September is going to be what you would equivocate to 40.5 Celsius.
I've done 40s over in Australia, but I would happily sit in 40s over there, but not over here. Fuck that.
As you can see, another of our crew has returned. Druid IRL is back from break.
My bird just hit me with the saddest meep in the entire world, and now I'm sad.
Oh.
Wait, check the DM I sent you. See if that helps.
I saw it. Very
That's
cute.
how Sindri was staring at me for ages.
40. I mean, it gets that hot sometimes for us, Double O for show. But the worst part that it is that 40 degrees which is 105 degrees Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
it averages that through our summer. So it's like ridiculous.
You want to go?
But yeah, no, there are parts of Cali that are worse. Heck, Death Valley, for example. They don't call it that for nothing. Oh, he's kissing the puppers.
No, I'm biting him.
111 to 113, yuck.
I don't miss
Ugh.
California weather at all. Today it's 71 degrees. It's hot as fuck.
That's not hot, that's beautiful. Holy shit, that's wonderful.
By comparison.
We
hot as
literally just
fuck.
had this conversation because it's 22 degrees here right now.
Yeah,
At midnight,
which is
and
71 in his
fucking
house,
boiling.
yeah.
And it's like,
Hold on, let me convert that to freedom units. Hold on.
73, I think Stormy said.
71.
yeah. What
It's the same temperature.
what's the most?
That's what I literally just said. Is my mic working?
But I will say we are in the phase of when you get up in the morning, it's like, damn.
Is your mic on?
His mic is not on. No.
Yeah, it was. I turned it off for the
Break.
feeding it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say, even though it's good weather, the morning is still like 30, 40 degrees. So you need to throw your jacket on. About like 40 minutes later, when you start work, you're like fucking sweating already. It's one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
but
what
we're
me
at
and
8 o'clock in the morning,
BT
short
were
t-shirt.
discussing, that like your body acclimates to whatever the new norm is,
Yeah. So.
All right,
I
enough
guess
weather
because
talk.
I said my dad left like 25 degrees in the middle of winter in Australia to 22 degrees in the middle of summer here.
That's fine.
Hey, Sneezy.
Glad.
Gonna make me sneezy with how much freaking beagle glitter you've left behind.
Beagle glitter?
Yep.
Well, earlier today, so we went outside and I was in the garden. Of course, that means bath time for Bird. And we come back inside, and I was holding her, and like her little, like I was holding her by her little tail, and she was like she was like scratching her face with both of her little feetsies. And I looked down and my entire pants were just covered in like bird fluff. It was very cute.
It gets everywhere.
My keyboard, I need to clean my keyboard.
Yeah,
Until
you
you
do.
let a beagle brush past you. Like, how is that in my cup of tea? I didn't make it when the Naboo was here.
Just floats around in the air.
Yes, you.
Okay,
Oh,
welcome
yeah.
back,
Alrighty.
everybody. So we're going to jump back into the action. Appreciate you all for coming and enjoy the show. So, you guys, is there any other role playing today that you want to do with the Archmagus? Not you, but okay. Looks like not with
There's
Archmagus.
role playing I want to do.
Okay. And looks like Fate as well. Merrik wants to roleplay something. Is this back when and privately when they take you guys to your own private tent they've set up for you? Is that what you wanted to do? Is have a conversation with the team?
No,
Okay.
I wanted to where the items are.
Okay, you're gonna go where they're studying the items in the main tent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before you do that, what were you wanting to do, Fate/Merrik?
I mean, I'll probably do kind of the same thing. I'm just kind of curious to observe what they're gonna do. But that night, I don't know if we're gonna decide we want to just camp here, like actually camp here. Maybe. I guess we could roleplay it in just a minute, but before bed, Merrik will step off to a relatively quiet place and then read that letter. Like,
Okay.
It was for him, and it's personal. So
for sure. So real quick before we do that, so you're gonna do that before you observe, or are you gonna do that later?
That would be later. That would be at
okay.
night.
We'll do that after then. You guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The two of you go in and kind of just politely observe what the students and academics and teachers and archaeologists and folks are there, what they do, they're, again, like I described before, they're drawing pictures, they're taking notes, they're doing, they're very gently taking, metallurgical samples, but nothing that would damage or hurt it in any way. And they're, doing magical tests using the lab, and using magic hands to move things around, and they're being incredibly respectful to the items and to the books, and they're making sort of magical duplicates of the books. You can see that they have blank books that are like an invisible servant is holding, and then a magical scribe is like floating in the air. A scribe pen is basically just, they're like dictating, but they're only doing it as they like use magic to read, and they quickly flip through the books, and it's just instantly, doing this magical copy of them, and all kinds of stuff like that.
As all that's happening, as Thyra and I are observing, like I'm kind of like telling Thyra kind of what you explained. Like I'm pointing out like, oh, this is kind of what they're looking for, to the extent of what Merrik's knowledge is. There may be some things that they're doing that he's like, I don't know what they're doing, but like is filling Thyra in on like its process, just so she understands what's happening from an academic sense. Purely because she's observing, and Merrik is stimming
Checking them from her.
Yeah. So also, I guess in a way of reassuring that they're not like harming it or doing anything like unworthy, from what I can tell.
Right. I take it Sindri and Shae and Milo are hanging out back in your quarters tent.
Sindri's lurking.
Sindri's what?
Lurking. He's outside the tent, keeping an eye on the people working on the materials, because he's might have an idea for keeping himself entertained.
Okay, so he's lurking around the same way as well, just in a different spot.
And completely different way. He's not bothered what they're doing. He's just waiting for an opening.
Okay. And Shae?
Shae would have asked to be taken to the food tent.
Right, to help with cooking. All right, so that's what she's doing. And Milo would have asked you without saying it, just sort of like that he's gonna basically hang out with Sindri.
Okay.
So, as you're lurking, Milo kind of perks on your shoulder.
Watch this. And we're just waiting for one of them to pick up one of the items. And at the moment one of them picks them up, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to chill the item so it's cold. And then if they put it down, the next time they pick it up, I'm gonna make it warm. And just fucking drink and stuff like that. And the culmination will be, I'll make a smell inside the tent of methane when someone like puts something down. Like, gas, gas, gas! That's his ideas.
Gotcha. So the one person that you have, they're just studying one of the regular items. Well, they're not regular, obviously they're still magical, but they're every time you do that, he's like scratches his head, he makes some notes, and then it's a different temperature. It's like, what's going on here? He looks around. Of course, you're kind of behind him, and he doesn't notice. He takes more notes. And then the last time you said you wanted to make sort of like a stink bomb.
Basically, just make the whole tent smell like methane.
The whole tent?
And at that point,
all right,
the
I'm gonna
moment
have
he
you-
does that, he's walking off.
For that last one, I'm going to have you roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Merrik sees all of this happening and is explaining to Thyra that, nope, and there's Sindri fucking with that poor soul.
I'm not surprised.
I think it's wonderful.
Unfortunately, that was only a 9. I rolled
A
a
9,
5.
so you get noticed by some people, and they kind of cross their arms and look at you. and Milo kind of bumps you, and he looks at you like the way he's looking at you, like the jig is up.
Like I said, as soon as he casts that spell for the spell, he's walking off. He's not waiting for the reaction.
No, I know, but like you got that's why the stealth check. You got
still gets
spotted
caught,
basically,
but still.
and you just kind of just exit the stage right.
It's like,
And so you have since Merrik and Thyra are still there, you have some of the folks giving you looks like.
Merrik will respond in kind with, like, not all of us are academic. Have some fun.
Okay. They get back to work.
No.
All right, so now
Yeah, Thyra just kind of used to it.
Yeah,
and
really
Thyra,
crazy.
what was so that was all you wanted to do was just observe, or you had some role playing you wanted to do?
That was basically it. She just wants to watch and make sure that they're keeping up with, like, being respectful and stuff. And basically, as much of her free time, she'll be in there making sure.
Fair enough. Okay. Shae ends up helping them with the cooking, and you start to get they really like you, and you get along with them, and they you learn some things from them, and they learn some things from you, and you all make the feast even yummier. And a few hours later, everybody gets to go have a feast. And while everybody's feasting and enjoying themselves for a brief moment in between when you guys would wrap for the night and go to your tent, Merrik steps away out of the tent, the mess tent, by himself to read his note. The note from his mentor and friend, which was Sir Conrad, right? And the note reads, I received your note via, it says, I received your note via assistance of the Archmagus. Or me surprised, especially, that you survived. I'm thrilled and overjoyed. A little disheartened that you didn't come find me and come back to the academy. But then the Archmagus, since he somehow or another was the one who brought the note to my attention, indicated that you had been recruited into one of his special envoy teams. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me. At first, I thought maybe, before he had clarified things for me, I thought that you had such a terrible experience on your first mission that you decided to nope on home. And I would have been totally understanding and respectful of that. But I'm even more excited to hear that you're off exploring with people that can help you continue to grow and thrive. I'm sad that it wasn't with me, but I always knew that you would outgrow me anyway. And I bid you the best of luck and hope we can spend some time at a pub with a drink someday. Good luck to you in your travels.
Yeah, I'll just take that note and grab my spell book and slide it in there, and then sit out there for a little bit, and then rejoin the group and carry on with the evening as if nothing happened.
Nice. Very good. All right. Was there any other role playing you guys wanted to do here in the archaeological encampment on Velion?
Nope.
Okay then.
Probably do the same thing that Thyra does and just kind of observe and soak up as much of that information of what they're doing and make sure they don't fuck with our shit.
Right. Throughout the few days you were there and they were studying, they when it's time for you all to head back, my timing of the days might have been off for you guys' return, but you get what it is. If there's extra days, then they would just spend a little bit more time studying and you guys would spend a little bit more time with them relaxing or whatever. And you, at the end of it, they very respectfully return every single item to you guys. With nary the archaeological manager, Sir Cedric, says to you all, I had some of my assistant managers try and talk me into negotiating to get you all to leave some of these items, but of course, we know that's impossible. So I shut them down immediately. I just want you to know that we appreciate all that you've done here, and I personally inventoried every single item, and we will go through them together right now, so that you can be on your way. And I understand that we are supposed to steer clear of you when it's time for you all to leave, and you all have your own means of magical transportation away from here. We don't know any of the details, and nor are we supposed to know. And honestly, for our reports, there'll be two different reports. One that's detailed for the Archmagus, that only he and I will know, and one that is different for all of the other archaeologists on this team that will go back to the kingdom. And of course, I've been sworn to secrecy. There's much that I do not know and do not want to know. I just respect what you all have done for academia today. And if you find out, once you've traveled on to wherever your the third party that the Archmagus is working on behalf, and you all are too, if they have any recourse to provide us with any of these historical artifacts, we will gladly take them to the museum and protect them forever. But if that doesn't happen, so be it.
We'll gladly pass that along as long as next time we cross paths, you allow my friend here to read the next book he asks.
Indeed, of course.
Unlike that first time, we did not forget.
He just kind of... And he starts going over the inventory with you guys to make sure you guys have all of them, and sure enough, every item is there, and every item is intact and undamaged and unchanged in any way.
Pretends to look at one that's scuffed, like, okay.
Sydney takes the stuff and licks it.
All right. With that, you now have items and are returned, several days later, waiting for the time to run out on your time on Progentica, and you were transported back to, I believe it was,
3 months, Brett.
Thank you, Brett, for the resubscribe.
Brett, arigato gozaimasu, thank you. I'm pretty sure that it was the Fruitsu conglomerate, right? That was the ones that had, maybe I'm wrong, double check me, whoever it was that was your sponsor transporter.
Yeah, I think it was the Fruitsu, but we were at a different hall for transport. That's good enough.
It might be it might not have been the Fruitsu, but whatever the case may be.
We're really here for the guild song and the Beltome.
What was that, BT?
Whoever it was, it's them again.
Yes, yes. You have been returned back to Progentica, and just like they had indicated, the Omega Corp's Realm Runner receiving team is there, and they do their magical and biological tests on you and on the gear that you've brought, and they make you sign some paperwork indicating that you are completing a special mission for special envoys outside the Omega Corps, and that you are going to be taking responsibility for these items. They are not to be entered into the general public in any way. Otherwise, you will be, jailed indefinitely. if this, kind of all the general kinds of stuff. And but they also after they have done their tests, they don't do any kind of studying of them. They just test them for any anomalies that could be either too dangerous magically or biologically, and they don't find any issues. And after all of the paperwork and indemnification is done, you guys are let loose to head back. Actually, they explain to you that the guilds that you're working on behalf have arranged a third-party meeting at there's basically a better meeting place at which one is this one? So much to keep track of.
Since I didn't get to my mute button
at
there's no
the guild song. The representatives of the Beltome Society will be there, including, of course, Master Hoopnaw. And apparently they have a cool, a meeting room where you will be then they actually have already arranged transportation. A nice fancy, floating magic limo has been sent to pick you guys up, and you all are taken to the Guild Song main headquarters, which you've been to before, and get to meet with Ovanik Lee, a couple of the other folks, and also Master Hoopnaw and a couple of the folks from the Beltome Society as well, and they're all there, ready to treat with you all. They first off, they started all off as just sort of a celebration. As you guys arrive, they are grateful and happy, and they bring you all back to the. You had something to say?
Yeah. When there's an opening, Thyra wants to say something before we dive too deep.
Oh yeah. They bring you all back to the meeting room that they've arranged for this, and they've set up like snacks and drinks in celebration, a little mini celebration and thank you. And they explain that you've done remarkable. They got a report back from their representative on Valion, and they are super thrilled with what they, what was told to, what was told to them of what you all accomplished, the whole story, and they look forward to studying the items and that kind of stuff. So what does Thyra say when all this is starting to go down with this meeting with the leaders of the mage guilds?
I am unsure what he has said in his report to you. But we did swear an oath to protect these items. Though I understand they need to be studied by you. We need to protect them. That was the oath that we swore.
Of course, Olvanically says, "Oh yes, of course, we understand these things." And Master Hoopnaw is the same way, the Elven Artificer. Yes, indeed. What you all have accomplished is a great thing, both for history and for magical science. And we understand that as realm runners, it is your responsibility to take on dangerous tasks. And to be honest, that we really only need a few days' time to, they basically go into this spiel and they explain to you that in the report from the Archmagus, he recommended that once they've had a few days to study the relics and the magical items and the books and the journal and everything together, he, just like he promised, he recommends them let you guys effectively, as realm runners, take responsibility for the items, since you personally have already done so, and you've just now acknowledged to them that you've taken this oath. Of course, they understand that as an adventurer in a way, you might take oaths in the field, but these guys are some of them are ex-realm runners themselves, and so they understand and respect it. Without going deep dive into an actual RP, if it's all right, I'll just exposition that they tell you all that as long as you give them about a week to study the items, that afterwards you will have you'll be able to claim them as your own, as the rules of realm runners. Yes, you were sent on this mission on their behalf for them to study these things. They want to understand the magic behind these relics, but they feel like there's no better persons to protect them than other realm runners who are active in the field, because it will, and also they only ask that you kind of, as you use them, you maybe make a light journal to take notes on the use of them and how effective they are and all the things that they do.
As soon as they say take notes and stuff like that, Thyra turns and immediately just looks over at Merrik.
Right. And they say, you don't have, for those who aren't academically inclined, you don't have to go to a lot of trouble. Just your general impressions.
It's okay, I'll handle it. Don't worry.
They basically get, they say, we just need, if it's all right, if there's any, there's enough stuff for us to, whatever you want to claim for use, you can. They just ask that any relics that you don't need, any of the regular magical items, that you leave in their care. And since that was the mission that they sent you on. they sponsored it and paid for it and stuff. So basically they, without you even having to negotiate or ask, they sort of have already acquiesced to everything that you think you guys would really want. In fact, they want to even study you all, the process that you all take to attune to these relics.
Oh, luckily there's two of us that haven't.
Well, if you guys you gave them up for study before, you would have had to have de-attuned to them. So you're going to have to reattune to them anyway, the Shae and Sindri. Because, you had to hand them over. Yeah, go ahead.
One last thing. The Archmagister was very brazen with bringing up and discussing Progentica. I understand that he may have done it as a test to us, but it was quite offensive that he felt so comfortable in bringing it up, and I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Out of character. She's such a tattletale. I love it.
If she didn't say it, Merrik was about to.
I know. I just think it's hilarious and cute. And so they say, interesting. They're like they're sort of in the euphoria of the moment, and so they don't think too much of it. But they thank you for bringing it to their attention, and they say that they explain that the Archmagus Merzenwilt has been the primary liaison in Valion for associates of the Omega Corps and Realm Runners that travel to the Barbary worlds since as long as they can remember. And that it's not surprising that he would kind of potentially push your limits. And they say that he has kind of a mischievous sense of humor.
I don't know what that means.
Sure you don't.
Hot and you're cold.
Stupid. I love it. Very well then.
And so with that, do they, you guys come to an arrangement where you let them study all the items, you guys get to keep what you want of the items, relatively speaking. And then, the things that you can, attune to are the things that you should keep, is what they think. And they're going to be quite thrilled and happy that they'll be able to protect and study the fifth item, which is, the druidic cloak or
Tunic.
Tunic, right?
Yeah.
Because honestly, that one's the one that was most intriguing to them anyway, because druids are rarer than, mages and warriors and such. So.
And to be very clear, though, yes, you may retain the tunic under your care. We did swear an oath to protect them all. So, I know it shouldn't really go without saying.
They come up with an arrangement with you where they say, all right, we'll put it in writing that you all are the owners and protectors of these 5 relics, and that they are you're loaning it out on retainer to them, and that is their responsibility to protect it as if you were the one protecting it, and that as long as you sign it out, you can take it any time that you want. Assuming that it's not going to disturb a delicate experiment at the time. relative to any kind of emergency.
You guys all find this acceptable?
I mean, it's probably, to be fair, it's exactly what I was hoping and expecting at the same time. We knew that we would have to give it up for a certain amount of time, and they're more than willing to give them back, I think, is the best possible outcome.
We have a deal then.
And if any harm comes to them, they know who they have to answer to.
I imagine no
yeah.
harm will come to it.
Yeah, and they do ask that in the report that there was a discussion about the books, like just a mention of the books, and so this is where you would end up negotiating with them on, the books. First off, they'll gladly let you study and learn the spells in the spell book, and the scrolls if you want. After they have studied the scrolls but not scribed them, because they don't want to ruin them for you if they're spells that you can learn. If there's spells that are completely unknown to them on the scrolls or the spell book, then they would want to have you and them present when it's scribed so they can also get them too, if that makes sense. And
absolutely.
So, and as far as the historical, the regular books that you found, they respect that you want to start your own library, and you would grab. I think we'd come up. I don't know if we said a number. I'm just going to say 12.
You didn't particularly give me a number, but I'm going
to say there were 12 books, and there were a couple that were in really delicate condition, and so they ask you to let them hold on to those on your behalf, and you'll still retain ownership of them, just because they might be better to protect them there, but it's up to you. They do ask that you let them basically make magical copies of them.
Yes, pertaining to more of the histories, these books, I'm more than happy to have you retain some of them. I did not expect to keep them all. For the most delicate ones, more than happy to leave them in your care. They are a different type of academia. I would just love a copy for myself. If any of the ones that you want to keep, we'll negotiate back and forth, but I feel that we should all have a copy, whether original or transcribed.
And they retort with, would you like that in digital or physical recreation?
I would love physical ones, please.
They say, no problem. So, we were out of character. We recently did that, which was really cool. Like, there was a D&D module from Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, the old school, like before 2nd edition. Oh, she's gonna go grab it. I didn't expect that, but that's cool. There was an old module that was a favorite of mine when I was younger that I never got to play or DM, but I always was a huge fan of. And apparently there's a website now,
Drive-through RPG,
that you can buy the digital version and have them make a brand new copy of it.
That's super cool. Nice.
Called awesome. The Ghost Tower of Inverness. Really cool.
Very nice. That sounds intriguing.
In Scotland.
Anywho,
cool.
So,
but yeah, no. The history books were literally just a cherry on top of like more history, and fully expected to not keep all of them.
I, as druid, wants to fill up the library.
Oh, I totally want to fill up the library.
Well, and they actually love and respect that of you. They're like, of course you'd want to have your own personal library. They were going to be surprised if you didn't want to keep some of the books.
Little do they know he has an assistant that can transcribe for him.
I'll need the material though, and that's a lot of books that are blank. Sindri, can't you craft things out of nothing?
1 week, we'll be back.
No, I couldn't quite access that spell. There seemed to be a higher power that said no.
So, yeah.
And I imagine, during some of this time, absolutely fill them in on how we came across it. A bit more forthcoming.
I'll be right back.
Conversationally, just kind of going, well, this was the mission. This is what we encountered. This is what we dealt with. This is how we solved it, got through it.
You all are sitting around a table as you tell these stories, and they're just hanging on the edge of their seats. Some of them are realm runners, but they're not field agent realm runners, right? And then some are ex-realm runners, and so for some it's a new experience, and for some, and they're living vicariously through your stories, and the others are it's nostalgic for them, right? And so they even questioning and prodding each of you a little bit, getting you into the conversations, and it's an enjoyable afternoon and evening, and then after all said and done, you all head home and relax. Of course, when you leave, I just am curious, where do you guys go to go home?
Mr. Merrik, do we need to let Mr. Grimbayne know we're back?
That'd be a good idea. Absolutely. There's also
do you
something
go
that
there
I had
in
in
person
my
to let
brain.
him know, or you just send him an O-mail?
Oh, can we go in person so we can have some barbecue?
Yes.
Sure, absolutely. We'll just let him know we're arriving.
That's kind of part of our ritual anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. Fuck, I had it again, and it just... Oh. Yes.
Shay's calling a goober.
Don't let him... Hang on. Go ahead.
Get that. And then as we're waiting, Merrik is... frantically starts checking his O-mails and is wondering, where is my transcription of that meeting that Marburg had? I should have had it by now.
Right. Sorry I interrupted you. So he was trying to say the same thing twice, and I was afraid he was going to forget again if we interrupted him.
No, you're good. You're good.
Come on.
Now, you were saying?
Oh, I was calling a goober. Shay's calling a goober.
Oh, okay. She's called a goober for you guys to get picked up. All right. And sure enough, there's an O-mail from Mr. Marburg's administrative department, and it sends you to it has a special link that sends you to that you can. It indicates in the O-mail that you can only access this file from a Furutsu conglomerate facility in a secured area through the link. It will allow you to access their intranet to access the file. You can't.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
Do I have to physically be there?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. You basically are going to have to get access to a Furutsu conglomerate secure facility, and within the secure facility, then you can access the file. They're super anal and secure about the file.
Luckily for Merrik, we have a contact.
Yeah.
He wants.
What?
Nothing.
That's true. I believe she just did that.
And I think I know exactly what you did. Yes.
Wow.
I'm pretty
Stop
sure.
yourself because it's shit.
I will. Yeah. Hey, Shae.
Yes, goober's almost here.
Oh, excellent. I need to send a message to Mr. Hansen.
Oh, do you want his
Why would
oatmeal?
why would we drag in Mr. Hansen when we could just reach out to Mr. Marburg to see if he'll give us access? Because I totally read over your shoulder and I know what you're talking about.
Here's the thing. He's probably not going to respond back to us. So, we're just going to chat with Mr. Hansen. Besides, he owes us. And he likes Shae. Paths of least resistance. I would love to have a meeting with Mr. Hansen in his office.
Okay, I can give you his
Can you please?
oatmeal.
Can you ask him for me, please?
Oh,
I'm sure he'd love to hear it from you, rather than me.
okay. She's typing out her oatmeal.
All right.
Thank you.
And she's like, CC Mr. Merrik.
All right. So he, it's evening time when you guys have gotten back. So like, he's
Yeah, I don't
check it
expect
until
anything
later,
anytime
the
soon.
next day.
It's a short and sweet oatmeal. It says,
Hi, Mr. Hansen. It's me, Shae. I'm back. And Mr. Merrik would like to schedule a meeting with you. Please let him know when you're available. Thank you, Shae.
Okay.
Oh, that.
All right. So we'll just say that after some time, whether it's later on that evening or the next day, you get a response, and he's like, "Oh, is this urgent or a personal visit? And will you be joining him?"
Mr. Merrik, Mr. Hansen has responded.
Yes.
He's asking if this is personal or business, and if I'm joining you.
You can let him know it's business, and I imagine we'd all like to be there.
Okay.
Mr. Marburg has given us the transcription of his meeting with the other dragons. However, it can only be accessed through a Furutsu conglomerate network.
Okay, Shae's
So it's
gonna
a
leave all
gift,
that
but not-
out, but she'll just
Yes.
say business.
Yes. Yes. But
Okay. He gets
Yep.
back to you pretty quickly and says, "Great. I can squeeze you in my schedule on Wednesday. We'll call it a consultant meeting. How's 2:00 sound?"
Sounds like the afternoon.
Right now it's Monday.
I'm waiting for Shae to
Shae's
let
like,
me
does
know.
2:00 on Wednesday work for everybody for a consulting meeting with Mr. Hansen?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Shae responds back, yes, 2:00 works well for all four of us. Thank you. No, 5. I forgot Milo.
Okay. Well, it's currently Monday, and Wednesday is going to be the meeting you guys are going to have with him. In the meantime, if it's all right with you, if there's anything other stuff that you wanted to do or say, let me know. Go ahead, Druid.
Thyra wants to go to the gym.
Yeah, gotcha. You guys want to go to the gym? Well, not that night, obviously, but like the next day, right? And so the next day, you and Shae go to the gym. what are the? And I'm sure that the two mages would want to go back to their respective guilds now that you're proper members to get indoctrinated. It's going to be a busy day. You're going to get indoctrinated. They're going to take you back to show you your labs that they've set up for you. They're going to obviously take you a tour of the work that they're doing on the relics, so you can see what they're up to, and prove to you that they're taking good care of them and all that stuff. And you guys are just going to basically just soak and drink it in the whole Tuesday after the whole day. It's going to be a long day of magic, mayhem, and fun. Well, minus the mayhem, but
I guess that depends on what Sindri's
I was
doing.
going to say,
true.
Sindri's participating in one of those things.
Yeah.
So.
So after the workout, though, the two ladies, they know that the guys are going to be gone all day, and they get the sense, the feeling to unwind and maybe do some shopping at the mall. What do you guys think of that? Is that something you would do?
He does need some new yoga pants.
We can brave them all.
Okay. All right.
Because the
You
ones
stare
on
down an eldritch
Zanma fit
horror.
weird.
Sorry, I talked right over you. What did you say, StarKitty?
When Shae's addition to she needs new yoga pants is the ones on Zamina fit weird.
Facts.
I take it you two have actually experienced that. You got
Yes. Stupid.
Wait, so the stuff you've ordered online is bit weird, and so you have to go get them in an actual store for them to be comfy?
I've done that.
It depends.
Or
Like
just reorder.
I've done that. I think anyone that's ever ordered something has, haven't they?
Yeah. So I don't like to order clothes that much.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever ordered clothes on Amazon.
I've done it with pairs of trainers, got them delivered, and then because it was such a fanny to mess about and send them back, I've just given them to a friend. Like,
Yeah, I've done
take
that.
them. I can't deal with
I can't be
sending them
bothered.
back. It's too much of a hassle.
Mhm.
I'd rather just give you the trainers and know you'll enjoy wearing the trainers.
What's a trainer?
shoes.
Oh,
Sneakers.
shoes. Oh, okay. Like
Sneakers.
okay,
Sneakers.
Gotcha.
Specifically sneakers.
okay.
Yeah. I was thinking when he was talking, I was like, should I interpret this into American English?
All right. So Thyra and Shae are at the mall.
Yeah. You guys spend some of your time in the afternoon, wandering around the mall, checking out different things. You find some comfy pants, and it's a mall you haven't checked out before. It's one of those grand gallerias. It's like 3 stories and really fancy, and has an ice rink with kids ice skating in the place. And of course, because of the coolness of it, Thyra is attracted to that, and she's just
And she would be familiar with like stuff like that.
right.
Oh, yeah,
And
you
so
know how to
you
ice
guys
skate.
go there and you park there, and she's just Thyra feels pretty happy right now, pretty serene, just enjoying watching the ice skaters skate. And you guys are just relaxing, sitting there watching this for a while.
Milo, quit your moving around.
Meow.
Oh, you're hungry? I think I saw a filet the chick somewhere around here.
It's good.
Bell taco.
Surely it'd be something like fillet the boar for D&D talk.
Miss Thyra, I'm gonna go get Milo some food. I'll be back. Be right back.
All right, so you go and get some Chick-fil-A food.
Filet the chick.
Yeah, you have to actually. Turns out the filet the chick is on the other side of the mall, but you make your way there pretty quickly, and you're getting your order.
Definitely on fried chicken.
You know, Thyra, it's a pretty busy mall. You know, unlike nowadays malls that are dying. There's still some places where malls are still pretty busy, especially the nicer, fancier ones. And this is one of them. And Thyra's, you're just relaxing there, enjoying the ice, enjoying this gating and stuff that's going on. Thinking, it would be nice to get back home for a change. I wonder when we can get another mission to brain fart. Malboria, thank you. I was remembering every other one of them, and Malboria was to Malboria. And just about that time, you hear from way across the mall a lot of screaming and shouting and freaking out, and you see people running, just panicked your direction. And you remember that was the direction that you saw Shae go off to go get food. And, of course, being
I immediately start heading that direction.
Yeah, of course, everybody else is running away from the danger. You hear all kinds of loud crashing and banging as you start to move towards that end of the mall. Everybody else runs away from danger, but, you're a freaking realm runner and a badass, so you're running toward the danger. And
I have all my gear on, by the way, but it's disguised.
Oh yeah, no, I figured you always wear your gear. It's just you use the disguise to keep it all hidden. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Now, obviously, when you're trying on yoga pants at the Victoria's Secret or whatever we made up the name for that would be, I don't know.
Victor's
Secret?
Vecna's Secret? Vecna's Secret.
Yeah, it's Vecna's Secret.
Okay. So heading that way. And the entire time, because I know there's like a distance that Raven's Edge can like communicate with Shae. I'm having him like try to reach out to her as I'm like running towards that direction.
Okay, you're running towards that direction. Raven's Edge gets back to you very quickly and says, I don't appear to be getting any response from her. In fact, I don't sense her at all at the moment. Quite worrisome. And
I'm gonna just
you speed up your run and make your way to the other end of the mall. And as you round the corner to where the food court is at, you see it's just this shocking, wild, unimaginable thing here in the middle of a bright, shiny, modern mall. All of these people are running and panicking, and some of them are hiding behind counters and cowering. And you also see several motionless people lying on the floor throughout the place, including you spot Shae and Milo, both lying motionless on the floor, not knowing what has happened. But you see a huge gray dragon going nuts in the middle of this mall. It's like blowing fire up into the ceiling and crashing on the walls and the glass, and it's yelling out in common things like, "Oh, it's all the establishment. It's all the powers that be. Rage the machine. Ah!" It's just in a rage, and with that, it's a little bit early tonight. But that's where we're gonna leave off until next week.
Everybody gets to watch Thyra freak the fuck out next week.
I'm gonna ask Druid's question. Do we level up?
Yes, I did forget that. Yes, you would have leveled up already. Actually, you would have leveled up the first night you rested on Valion. So thank you for reminding me. I forgot to mention.
I think level 7 I get something cool.
Level 12, bitches.
Oh boy.
Thyra can take the
Okay.
dragon.
I get new stings.
I believe.
Real quick, since
Okay.
we are oh, go ahead. Yeah, we can
I
do
was
the
gonna say-
level up since we wrapped a little early. But yeah, go ahead.
By level 7, so because I'm level 7 paladin now. By level 7, your supernatural focus helps you close off a foe's retreat. When you hit a creature with your opportunity attack, you can move up to half your speed immediately after the attack as a part of the same reaction. This movement does not provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay. Useful against multiple opponents, I suppose, huh?
Yeah. Very fun.
Also, if you
It's feat ability scores, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Ability
do
score
I
or
know?
feat?
I don't
Yes,
remember.
you do.
Okay,
yeah, that's right. This level
It's
is
just 4 levels. It doesn't matter what it's in.
okay. Dang, you
correct.
heard 6, 7. Level I almost wrote level 8.
And if you want Fate, you can we can pause your level up while they're doing theirs, and we'll go over the scrolls and the spells in the spell book real quick first.
Oh yeah.
Because I found a really cool spell generator that I can do randomly. That'll be fun.
That's the
Okay.
first level up I've not actually got a new spell slot unlocked. It's just my ability scores, that's it. Or a feat.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not every level's a good
sorcery
level up.
points up to 12, but
All right, so refresh my memory, Fate, on
So
how many
there's-
scrolls I said there were.
6 scrolls and an old spell book.
All right, so I'm going to say that there are 6. So obviously the 6 scrolls or 6 spells, and the old spell book was like you think it was probably a starter spell book, or not necessarily a starter, but like that's not actually accurate. It's like an older spell book of the spellcaster of their group, and that he probably upgraded as he got more powerful. So this is like a low to mid grade spell book, and but it might have a few extras in there. And we'll say it has 8 spells in it. Well, let's go over the scroll. Actually, so that means a total of 14, and so we're just going to go through them. You'll need to help me keep track of these.
So let's start with the spell book. So 1.
Well, since I'm just doing a generator, it doesn't actually matter. You know what I mean? As far as, because I'm assuming
so
you would scribe the scrolls anyway.
Yeah, when we get to there. So what I'm going to do is these first 8 will be in the spell book, and then the rest 6 will be the independent scrolls. That's just how I'm going to.
Okay,
Categorize
however you want to do it. Yeah, we'll just do 14 spells. So the first one is a scroll of, or not a scroll,
Spell.
I mean, if you want, I'll say the spell book first. So one of the spells in the spell book is a scroll, the spell Dominate Person, which is a 5th level spell. So that's gonna be here. I'll just do 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll check mark them off. That'll be easier for me. The next one is greater invisibility.
Okay.
The next one is Phantasmal Killer. Sadly, I think some of these are ones you already know, but that's all right.
Hey, nope, that's the way it goes.
Next is Animal Friendship.
Okay.
Web.
Okay.
What the hell? This one's a big one. Tasha's Otherworldly Guise.
It's funny, I was gonna take that one, and I went with Tensor's Transformation instead.
Oh, that's funny. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right?
Yep.
Fireball.
Nice. I don't know that one.
What? Really?
Yeah.
He got meteors, and I took fireball. I think.
Yeah, something like that. The minute meteors and you took fireball. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having to. One thing about this random generator is it's truly random. It's not just arcane spells. So. Oh, the last on the spell book is Mordenkainen's sword. And I said there were 6 scrolls, right?
Yep.
We're gonna do those next.
Yep.
Contagion.
And I imagine.
These are a mix.
Contagion?
Yeah.
You say contagion?
Yes, contagion, correct.
Yeah.
Holy shit, one of these scrolls is beef. Incendiary Cloud.
That one's fucked up.
That's an 8th level spell.
I've seen that one. That one's narballs.
Yeah. Project Image.
Yep. 3 more.
Yeah. Flame Arrows. Maelstrom.
Yep. And last one.
Protection from Energy.
Ooh. Beautiful. Nice.
Next week when we start Druid, don't let me forget, the first thing before we do anything else is I'll need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for the dragon's frightful presence.
Make a note. Just so you know, I'm taking an ability score increase for this level up.
Gotcha. What you pumping it into?
I'm gonna do charisma. Bump it up to an 18.
Okay.
It just adds to all my magical bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's a smart call as a paladin for sure.
Would it be too much to double down and give Merrik the observant feat?
No, you do the alert feat.
I mean, if I can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking a language I understand, I can interpret what it's saying, and then you get a +5 bonus to passive wisdom, perception checks, and passive intelligence investigation scores.
Doesn't it also give you a +1 to your intelligence?
Or wisdom.
Or wisdom?
Yeah.
Are either one of those uneven?
Oh man, I have to take a look. Where is...
Doubtful at the beginning you made sure everybody's was rounded, I think.
Yeah, so my wisdom is at 14. Yeah. So,
I mean,
that's all right.
If you feel like narratively it makes sense for him to take that feat. And
yeah, no, I'm just trying to see what makes sense.
For sure. So Sindri or BT, your level up was super easy, huh? Super quick.
Well, it is, but I'm just trying to decide between feat or ability.
Ah, yeah.
If it's ability, I'm going to dump it on Dex.
Interesting. What's your dex right now?
18.
18?
Yes.
So you'll jump it up to a 20? Interesting. So you'll have a 20 dex and a 20 charisma?
Dex. Yeah, and then once I get the staff, a 22 in charisma.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Noticed how I arranged it so that Thyra gets to have this encounter without the helm. See what happens.
Oh, you know? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with
I forgot to describe the dragon. I said gray dragon. That was a total misspeak. I'm gonna totally retcon that. I totally messed that up. Originally, I was thinking of it being a gray dragon because I thought I was gonna use one of the silver models that I have. But I realized that I didn't want to do that. It's a unique dragon that you've never heard of or seen before, Druid. It's both brass and blue at the same time.
Brass and blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I hate the AI overview. I hate it.
The AI overview?
Why
Yeah,
are you
they just-
digging the blanket?
Annoying.
What do you mean? There's an AI overview on D&D
On
Beyond or something?
Google. No, on Google.
Oh, really?
All right, I'm done with my level up. Super easy. I went with a feat.
Oh, which feat?
I'm surprised I didn't pick this one up sooner. Defensive Duelist. Prereq is Dex 13 or higher, but what it does is when you're wielding a finesse weapon, which you're proficient, and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your AC for the attack.
And get missed.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Nice. What else did you get for your level up?
That was it. My number of spells I have per day stayed the same for this level. So I rolled a 5 on my hit points. So 5 plus 3 is 8, so I'm at 120 hit points now.
Nice. And I'm pretty sure Milo stayed the same, right? At this tier?
He's a teenager, so I think his hit points just go up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, he's not to a new tier, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
He has 124 hit points. He has 4 more hit points than me.
Nice.
Just as I thought I was catching up. Nope.
Wait, how many hit points do you have?
I have 120.
I have 114.
What did you roll on your hit points?
8. But I was at 103 before then. Plus my Constitution, which is a 3.
You must have just been rolling hotter than she has on your hit points.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I was rolling like 3s and 4s, and then a couple of 2s. I have not been rolling well.
Well, that sucks.
So yeah, with Defensive Duelist, my AC can go up to a 23.
Damn. For that moment. Yeah. But and only if you have a reaction left.
Yeah, it's not very often I do use my reaction, so.
Right. So no ranger spells, no ranger abilities,
Nope.
no enhancements to existing ranger abilities at this level?
Nope.
Wow. So
Yeah,
just
because all it says is proficiency bonus stays the same at 12. I get an ability score improvement or the feat. Spells known as 7. First level I can cast 4. Second level I can cast up to 3. And third level I can cast up to 3. So it's not until 13 when I get fourth level slots.
Gotcha.
Of the spells that I just pick up as a wizard, per level up, I picked up Telekinesis and Wall of Force.
Nice choices. Definitely fits your original aesthetic for your character.
Oh yeah, Merrik is gonna have a nice, interesting little.
Wait, did you say telekinesis?
Yeah.
That's the where you could like move shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, move stuff with your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
almost-
Mage Hand, but on steroids, because you can use it offensively, potentially, to move your enemies or drop big boulders on them.
Mm-hmm.
Or play pranks like Sindri does.
Well, you could do that with a Mage Hand.
And then let me do this.
Of course, Mage Hand, I think, has a limit of 5 pounds, whereas Telekinesis is much, much higher.
And D6.
To roll the dice.
Oh, nice. I rolled a 5.
Nice. Good roll. What about the BT?
I rolled a 4.
I'm still not even out of the 70s. I got 7 HP.
So I get 7 increase. Nice.
So how many... Yeah, so telekinesis can move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. As long as it isn't being worn or carried, you automatically move it up to 30 feet in any direction, but not beyond the range of the spell. If it is being worn or carried by a creature, you must make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by that creature's strength check. If you succeed, you pull the object away from that creature and can move it up to 30 feet in any direction, but not beyond the range of the spell. You can exert fine control on objects with your telekinetic grip, such as manipulating a simple tool, opening a door or container, stowing or retrieving an item from an open container, or pouring the contents from a vial. That's very cool. That's on top of the fact that you can also affect creatures. They just get...
One of my original ideas was to use telekinesis to move me without flight, because I'd be willing to move.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild. What's the duration of telekinesis? I didn't look. I closed the tab already. All right.
No, I got it right here. Telekinesis is concentration up to 10 minutes.
So you could move yourself to the extent of the range of the spell, and then move yourself again, and then move yourself again. That's kind of clever.
Yeah, I think for my feature, I think I just want to go spell sniper.
Speaking of sniper.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with spell sniper. I think it's the most appropriate.
Snipers in chat. Let's go.
I know,
what?
right?
Yeah, Yuzo was in chat earlier too.
Yeah, Isolade was in chat earlier.
Oh fuck.
And I'm taking Elemental Adept feat.
Fire.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, of course.
Seeing as I have the bonuses to it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna pick up True Strike with the spell sniper. I will say it wants to autopilot the True Strike cantrip to the newest version, not the original version of True Strike. So they've updated it. It's not really something I plan on using. So
you're not planning on using it, but you're taking it, huh?
So Chill Touch doesn't make sense. Firebolt, I already have it. Poison Spray doesn't make sense. Ray of Frost is meh. Shocking Grasp, I already have. Booming Blade I have. Green Flame Blade doesn't fit my aesthetic. So I really don't have a cantrip that I want to pick from the wizard spell list because I'm not going to pick from the Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock, Cleric, or Druid because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's just True Strike is different than it originally is. This one actually does spellcasting ability for the damage, and I can make it Radiant, which...
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Is that the 2024 edition? We're not using that, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. So everything else that I already have, and nothing else fits my utility. So just to keep it from being a ping of like, you need to select something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not anything that really, I mean, in a way, I guess it can fit Merrik's kit, but it's not something that I'm looking at it going, oh yeah, I want to use that.
All right. So is everyone done with their level ups?
I am doing one more thing with mine.
Okay.
I am dropping a spell to take another in its place.
What you dropping and what you getting?
I am dropping Were Dragon.
What?
Because it's just not usable. It doesn't do, like, my to hit is so worse than me staying in normal form. It's not worth it.
Really? What do you mean? You mean like...
Because the physical attacks with the dragon are using your spellcasting ability, but the dragon's stats are worse than my current stats. It means I've got a lot less chance of hitting the creatures, especially now we're at a higher level.
Well, but you would still have the, like the breath weapon and the toughness of the dragon, right?
What? Let's do... Let's pull something up.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your character. That was just like, had become like a cool signature of your character. It seems weird that, you know.
It's one of those because of the... Like, my charisma going down to a 14. It's significant. It's like it puts its strength up to 19, but you don't use the strength for anything.
Oh, okay. I thought the point of it, though, was so that, like, if something got in melee range that was really tough, you could protect yourself.
Nope, because the HP and AC stay exactly the same.
Oh.
I do get the multi-attack, but the main thing, the main benefit out of all of it would be immune to Charmed, Frightened, and Poison, plus gaining Blindsight. But I've literally never
If
found
I
a place to use
indicated
it.
that your charisma stays the same too, would that make a difference?
Massively. It's why I've not been using it, because it just seems like I'll never hit a thing, because obviously we're getting more and more difficult.
Sure. Like, to me, dragons are very charismatic creatures in general, so I don't see why suddenly you training a dragon you'd be less charismatic, you know what I mean? I'd say, you know, you could argue you'd have more Riz, but at the very least, I would say that you keep your Riz.
Yeah, because basically the stat block is Strength 19, Dex 14, Con 17, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 14, and Charisma 14. So I'd have more Constitution, but
you have less Dex, but we already indicated the AC stays the same anyway, and the hit points stay the same. So, yeah. Like, I'm totally fine with that retcon since it was a custom spell we crafted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I apologize if we overlooked that. But yeah.
It was something I overlooked at the beginning, but then later on I was just like, with my terrible rolls, I need to have a freaking good
for sure
attack.
Yeah.
Because I think we're all well aware of my rolls at this point in time.
Yeah. All right.
So that's
Is everybody done then? Are you going to keep it then?
Yeah, I'll keep it if that's the change.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the only change I've got is I'm now at 99 health and Elemental Adept.
Nice.
I can't roll a 1 with fire damage.
Nice.
Cool.
My base range of firebolt at this point is 240 feet.
Jeez.
Wow.
3d10.
It's
at
ridiculous.
range. Yeah. It's just. That one over there. Okay.
That thing that I don't know is bad over there.
Yes. Hey, Sindri, I'm just gonna fly straight up and I'm just gonna cantrip down just. Pew, 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 pew.
That's funny. Hi, Bunny.
Oh,
right, so-
man.
If that's it, it's time to wrap up. Who are we raiding out to, guys? Any
I don't know.
requests? Any recommends? Let's see who's in the Twitchiverse out there. Man, Kitsir is still playing? Holy crap.
Yeah. He's
Hey, I
playing
get
that-
it. I get
Playing
it.
that on expert mode.
Yeah, fuck that. Fantastic. I love
I'd
it.
say we haven't raided Havoc in a while, and he's playing D&D, so it might be nice to dump our D&D folks off with his D&D folks so they can enjoy some more D&D. So let's do
Let's
that.
do
We'll
it.
go with Havoc. Plus, next Friday, Druid, remember, help us both remember. Next Friday is when we're playing on Havoc's again. So,
Yes.
Strixhaven, his Strixhaven campaign.
And remember, everybody, this coming Wednesday is part 3 of Community.
Yes. Community Day Threshings with the Mighty Mango Mates, the last, probably the last session. We'll see. We might end up needing a fourth, but I don't know. Or we'll see if they want to go long or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Anything to say? You have anything to say to people?
Wait.
Anything to say? She's sketched out by it. Anything to say to people?
Queuing up the
Yeah.
Raiders. Everybody,
Give me
put
treat.
your tray tables in their upright positions and put on your seatbelts as the raid plane gets off and takes off.
Get your raid emotes ready.
Havoc RPG, get your raid emotes ready, whatever you want to spiel. And I love you all, and we'll see you later on. Don't forget to check out these amazing streamers as well and give them all your love. That's it now. Right now.
Peace.